intro.
Uh-oh.
Corey, what's going on with you? Man, Pope and ENT, Red Pill Rescue Live, good brother Kimmy Flares, good brother Eugene, uh, Euphoria, excuse me, Captain Euphoria. What's good with you, my good brothers? Um, Caladelphalo, we got Cali, Philadelphia, Buffalo in the house. What's good with my good brothers? How y'all doing?
Peace and love.
Oh,
I said,
hey, I'm happy to be here.
Likewise.
Appreciate it.
Man,
Let's do this.
man, good stuff. Righteous. What's
so
good with you?
today.
Man, hey,
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. I ain't mean to cut
no,
you,
go
bro.
ahead, go. I'm listening.
Go ahead,
No,
brother.
go
No,
ahead.
I
You
mean,
said
go
today.
ahead. You got the floor, man. You got it first before me. You hit the button on Family Review. You got it.
Okay. Well, right. Well, see, what I was gonna say. We healing sick people is the topic, and we coming together. As four gentlemen scholars and individuals, like-minded individuals that have more than just an opinion. We represent the facts over fiction, and we bringing it to you live and direct because right now it's a few things that's on the table right now that we noticing, and I'm gonna let the brother give the good intro on what we're gonna be speaking on, and from there, man, appreciate you, good brothers, for tuning in, and y'all out there too, man. Salute to y'all
Salute.
for sure. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, listen, man. Y'all know exactly how I go. This the captain, Prime Minister Euphoria, Philadelphia's healthiest water. I'm a waterpreneur and I'm a water bearer. I supply
Okay.
the healthiest water in Philadelphia. I won the award at the Black Business Awards in Philadelphia for having the best water because I help thousands of people in the city with this special type of
Okay.
water that I provide. I own it, I source it myself. I also teach the financial literacy aspect of water. For those of you that don't know, water is being traded on the stock market right now as we speak. Okay,
Mhm.
so essentially what I do is, I go into homes, residential or even stores. I show people whether you live in a studio or a big house, how to set up your own water company and have top of the line equipment. And they're like ATMs, and you can create residual income from that. And that's what I
Mm.
do in a nutshell. There's a lot
Okay.
of tax
Okay.
benefits to it that our people
Okay.
don't know about.
I say.
So
Hmm.
yeah, there's a lot. There's significant tax benefits to owning your water. All right, that's the
Hmm.
financial side. On the health side, okay, we know that our body's mostly water. Now, the type of water that I provide hydrates your body on a cellular level. It's the most superior drinking water on the planet. I mean, it's tested, it's proven. It's the only water that's TSA approved that you can get through the airport with. Now, when you go through the
Okay.
airport and you see everybody throwing out their water, when I go through with mine, they'll
Hmm.
test it. They'll put it in a federal government liquid scanner. Once you put that bottle in there, it's going to pull up if it's contaminated, it's corrosive, right? Because you can make water
Hmm. Right.
bombs. That's why you can't go on a plane with
Hmm.
water.
Hmm.
So my
Okay.
water, when it passes through that scanner, and I'm telling you, it's a wonderful feeling because they be shocked every time because you just don't see it. And
Right.
even
Right.
people that
Right.
get water from me, they'll call me from their vacation. They be like, "Wow, man, they was looking all crazy," but yeah. So it goes to show you, especially in these day and age with our American water crisis, how clean my water is. And of course, when you drink it,
Hmm.
people feel the difference.
So,
People feel the
Hmm.
difference. So
I say.
yeah, yeah, that's essentially what I do.
I say.
Uh,
Mhm.
yes, sir, brother
I,
Lit.
I had a question. Can you elaborate on why is it that they don't let you get on the plane with certain type of water?
Yeah, because the contaminants, they could be corrosive, and you can make water bombs also.
Oh
Like
shit.
you can maybe take just a little bit of water, right,
Mm-hmm.
and utilize it for something to harm somebody on that plane.
Oh man.
So they got to make sure that they issue you the water. So it's for safety reasons, and of course it's financial reasons because they selling it. So you could buy
Right.
water, but it's both. So
Yeah, so
they
you
got
can
to
buy
make sure that
Mm-hmm.
they
$7
can.
water. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to make sure they can control the water, and also too, it's for safety reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now,
that also
now, I
Okay.
when I seen you doing a display, I seen you I don't quite how to say this, but basically you was changing the colors of the water. Can you elaborate on that?
pH level, right?
yeah, I took like a pH indicator,
That's right.
right? And you familiar with Shango? You put the drops in the water. I always say the colors don't lie. And you familiar with the pH scale. You got acidic. That's the bottom. That's what causes diseases. Then
That's
in
right.
the middle, you got
Mm-hmm.
neutral. Then you got alkaline. And
Ecoli,
as
right?
you've seen on the scale, all the bottles that I had was below. They was acidic. Then
Right,
mine was the only one alkaline.
That's
right.
right.
And I
So
bottle fresh daily.
so what colors would be synonymous with alkaline, and what colors would be synonymous with acidic water?
Well, my signature saying is if it's not blue or purple, it'll hurt you.
Yes, right.
So you want blue. That's start.
Mm-hmm.
And then anything under that, don't fool with. I mean, neutral is green, and all the other colors is alkaline. I mean, excuse me, acidic. Excuse me.
Okay.
Red,
Okay.
yellow, orange. That's all acidic. That's the worst. That's like stage 4 cancer.
It's crazy because
Ooh.
red, yellow, orange are warnings colors. Like they use
Exactly.
those
Right.
colors
Right.
in construction.
Hazards.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Exactly.
There you go. It's hazardous. It's hazardous.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
right.
Right.
Yep. That's true.
Right.
man, listen, and we
So
appreciate
the
you, man. So
right. So the
Ashango,
water's available.
Ashango, I
Oh,
see
go
you
ahead.
over there. I see your brain working over there.
Oh no,
I
I'm just,
I,
I'm just,
I
I'm just taking it all in. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Right. Okay.
Shout outs to all my brothers who's doing water. I know a brother from that's in Newark, New Jersey, who's you know what I'm saying connected with the Nation of Islam, got their own water. You know what I'm saying? Like water is big business. Water anybody can having the water an idea, package it, and what I'm saying, go out here and market it. It's also one of the
Mm-hmm.
biggest scams at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you be mindful that some one of the essential things that we need in life is the most common thing to buy, right? So it's
right,
easy for people to put up. See, what you got to understand is, water is not regulated by the FDA. Not saying that we trust them anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But again, though, you don't have to go through the course of the FDA approval to sell bottle of water, right? So you can have anybody,
Right.
like for example, these machines and shit. If you don't change the filter, you fucked up. You
right,
know what I'm saying? You
Right.
selling bad water and
Right.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Now, what
Right.
we do is a little bit
Mm-hmm.
different. We trying to clean up the tap water. What we do know is tap is regulated by the FDA. In fact, they got a website you can go to and look at the quality of your tap. Every day.
Mm.
Some will argue that tap water is way better than drinking any bottled water because it's just essentially a guessing game. Hershey
Mm.
owns what we call Apollo Springs, and the way
right.
they get down in terms of obtaining their water is gangster. A lot of people suffer from it. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention that we also we exchange for health reasons. If we say that we're going to drink healthy water and we go buy all of these bottles of water, we must realize that these bottles got to go somewhere, and a lot of them, mostly all of them, is not biodegradable. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
as we healing ourselves, we're killing our environment. You know what I'm saying? And they've been known to drop these bottles of water way out in the ocean where mankind is nowhere near changing the whole dynamic and the DNA of the natural forces that we have, the living forces, the life forces, the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
it's a gift. It's a gift and a curse. We know that in Flint, Michigan, a couple of years ago, they donated millions of bottles of water to Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? But nobody really questioned where the bottles of water gonna go after they drink it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So these are
Right.
all things that we have to be mindful when we dealing with, you know, environment and health reasons. Because if we destroy our environment, then we're not really talking about our health. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything that we grow, everything we eat, that grow is gonna be saturated in fucking plastic if we continue with the overzealous of bottled water and buying bottles of water that's not biodegradable to our environment. You know what I'm saying? They make these plastics like a couple of years ago, say 2005, they had a recall on water. You say, well, damn, how they fuck they have a recall on water? You know what I'm saying? But Polar Springs
Mhm.
had to call back over $1 billion of bottles of water because of the plastic that they were using that got saturated. I mean, the chemicals get saturated into the water, and all of a sudden you drink it and shit,
Right.
right? So I'm just saying, like,
Right.
we got a lot of work to do when we talking about totally cleaning ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? Because as you
Mhm.
say, if we talk about our health, we got to talk about the environment too, in which we live in. So we push like
Right.
little simple water filters. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Uh-huh.
these are what you call lava rocks. And if you look at any spring or anything, you know that majority of that they show waterfalls. And the idea is for
Right.
your rocks to hit these waters, and all of the pollution that comes from these waters will, get caught up into the rocks. We got filters on the bottom, we got filters on the top. So we're just trying to encourage people to, better the water systems that they drink in. Little
Right.
filters. We got boxes, different type of models that fit your joint. People brush their teeth. They gotta brush their teeth, they gotta wash dishes, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? So, essentially, even though we're drinking bottled water, we're still uh cohabitating in everyday tap water. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Whether we're taking showers or something, because I know we ain't buying bottles of water taking showers, right? That's insane, right? So, we have to do something that's that we can touch, we can feel. So the idea is not to kill my brother business or anything, but to cut down the cost of bottles,
Right.
plastic that you have to throw away, what I mean, that you have to discard.
Right.
We got this phrase what we call out of sight, out of mind, right? You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
once we drink it up and shit, we toss it. We don't even worry about it. We don't even it's not even a second thought to where's this shit going and shit. You know what I'm saying? And eventually we keep on doing
Mhm.
this, it's gonna be coming in our own backyards and shit. They burying this shit. They just
Right.
trying to figure out ways how to recycle, and the idea of recycling
Mhm.
could be genius to some folks, but logically recycling only works when you at home, right? Because that's where the can at and shit like that. But if you out, you know what I'm saying, and out and about, these are bottles of water that doesn't get recycled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you in your car right now, you ain't about to go hit up or the recycling bin. Just toss it, put it in the garbage, and that shit go somewhere. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of factors that go around with the business of water. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that we
Mhm.
have to take in heed. You know, I would propose that if we can all develop a biodegradable bottle, fuck man. All of us hit the chain. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
Mhm.
seen that they got that. You ever seen that company, Box Water? They got a
No.
they got
Yeah.
water in a box, in a paper
Yeah.
box.
Yeah. But see the thing with that is they don't last long. Boxes usually deteriorates, get soggy, so they're trying to develop a way that they can house these waters. See, back in the 40s and 50s, water became bottles of water became the thing of the business, right? A lot of elders say, oh man, drinking bottles of water was kind of like the echelons. You had your little bottles of water. People talked about this. You know what I'm saying? When bottles of water first got introduced to
Mhm.
the community. And believe me, it was big game for big corporations to stop you from drinking tap water. In fact, they created a whole campaign about how dangerous your tap water is. You should buy a bottle of water. So it's perfect for marketing.
Right.
They say they projected that, when they started, within 20 years, nobody will be drinking by tap water. It'll be relegated to washing dishes and washing up too. You know what I'm saying? And their
Mhm.
predictions came, with big corporations. Their predictions was right. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
got the money to back it,
So
and
so
with money, they got the money to change people's minds and shit. Right? So when
I
we
want I
just
want
did,
to ask
go
I want
ahead.
to ask your brothers a question. So do you think? But I
Mhm.
want you to continue. So hold your thought. Um, do y'all think that it was special interest in, like, I guess more or less polluting the water supply
Of
to
course, of
make
course.
people? But like, I mean, of course, it would be like hitting three birds with one stone. That's a whole nother can of
Right,
worms, right? But I'm
right.
saying just to incentivize the purchase and the sale of spring water or bottled
Yeah,
water,
of
like how
course.
you talking about.
Yeah,
Because like when I'm thinking
yeah.
about it, I'm like, damn, they're probably it's possible that
Mm-mm.
they really
They
just
they
let
wouldn't.
they
No,
let
they
the water
wouldn't.
go to they let the tap water go to shit and then told you about it, right?
Yeah,
So
but
that
but
that would make
but
you want to go buy water, and it's like, yeah, we can sell you water now. You know what I'm
But
saying?
again, though, like the tap water ain't really shit though. Like it varies from the community that you live in.
Right,
I'm not
Yeah.
saying
Well,
that you should just run and drink it, but what I mean is like even for the pH meter when you test tap water, you know what I'm saying? It's in the middle of acidity and being purified. You know what I'm saying? So it's just regulated. But as my brother said, when he tests certain bottles of water, it proven to be beyond the level of even tap water. You see
right.
what I'm
Like
saying?
right.
So what I
I
mean
got
is
a
like,
bottle of water right here. This is a popular brand of water right here. I'm not gonna put this up, but everybody know this water right here, right?
right?
We know what
Hmm.
the brand of water is, and that's now this water
Right.
says that it's Hawaiian well water, so it's supposed to be
I mean, it's a
naturally
trust.
alkaline, deep well water.
Man,
Now,
it's a trust factor,
now
man.
I just want to ask Euphoria, my man Captain Euphoria right here, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
have you encountered this water before?
Yes. I tested every bottle of water in the store.
So
Not
so
only
where
have
would
I
this so
tested it,
so where would this unnamed person that we're not gonna put their brand up, but we all know who their brand is. Where do they fall on the scale?
7. It's
Right in
not
the middle.
alkaline. It says alkaline on the bottle, but it don't come up alkaline.
Mm,
It's considered the water industry. We have a term. It's considered dead water.
Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
Mm.
They know you buy with your eyes. It's marketing and
It's
a
really
name.
it's really a
right.
trust factor.
Yeah.
Now
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
I do I didn't mean to cut you, Sean. Go. But one thing I do
No,
want
you
to
good.
say is that I appreciate what you're doing because a lot of people don't know that you literally from the same neighborhood where the Buffalo incident happened, where the brother who
Top
had
massacre,
the
yeah.
clean water system. What's his name? Charles. What's his name? I think it's Charles
The
something.
security guard.
I got it in my notes. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
security guard. You know what I mean? That consequently lost his life.
Yeah. He was
That whole ordeal that happened at the Tops supermarket.
yeah. His name is Mark Salters.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He was a good brother, man. Buffalo is a small community, so everybody know somebody that knows somebody. It's not as big as the major metropolitan cities like Philly or whatever have you. So, our east side is just relegated to black folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, in our city, we probably did to all touch the same girl from, from one time to another. You know what I'm saying? It's just that small.
Allegedly.
So allegedly, right? So
Yeah.
so like the massacre is just across the street from where I do my conscious workshop at.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And a lot of eyes and a lot of a lot of changes, so-called changes was happening. Like, for example, about 20 years ago, they had black, the community had fought to take fluoride out of our drinking water, out of our tap water. You know what I'm saying? This year they had just recently put fluoride back into the water. What I mean? And it's largely from a new generation who really don't know, who asked for it to be back into the water. But, the elders was like, saw the reason why, the fluoride was taken out. You know what I mean? But historically, water, man, people have died for water. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's been water wars still to this day. To answer your question, I don't think uh even the craziest European will pollute water. They got this saying that say that uh if gold was found in the hottest places of hell, there'll be a white man within 15 minutes ready to mine all the gold that's in that well. 20 minutes later, there'll be black folks ready to sign up for jobs. You see what I'm saying? But my point to say is this: he's not going to destroy the well, he's going to conquer it and sell it back to you. And this is what the wars have been. More major corporations go into these cities and drill holes for their water spring. They don't go pollute it, they take it. You know what I'm saying? They not about to, it's like a source of gold. You ain't gonna destroy it, you gonna conquer that bitch, right? So water is gold. They're not gonna destroy water purposely to get you to drink a bottled water. They just gonna take it. Intimate domain. That's what they call it. You know what I'm saying? This water belongs to this
Mhm.
corporation, and this corporation are gonna do. If you look up like a couple of years ago, I think it was this, in Atlanta. In Atlanta, Polar Springs had came through Atlanta, a little small town, and they was digging, drilling holes for they springs. And during this time, Atlanta was dealing with a drought. So it wasn't no water nowhere, but Polar Springs had water. You know what I'm saying? And they gave up all of these excuses to the residents on why they couldn't get this water. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying this to say that big business, they're not about to pollute no water, man. They just gonna take that shit, gonna market it and sell it back to you. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
do you think that the water that they selling to people is just fine, or do you think that the
I
water that
think it's
they
all a
selling
Well,
guessing
people
game.
is
d-
I mean,
yeah,
for you to
Dasani
say,
got busted before.
for you to ask me that is for you to ask me about the everyday common man water who sells that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's just it's a trust factor. You know what I'm saying? And because water is essential to life, nobody really thinks about it when they get it. If it looks clear, it's clear enough to drink. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna devour it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a case of, what I mean, good and evil. I just think that in a land of capitalism, if you buy it, we gonna sell it. You know what I'm saying? Period. Whether it's dirty, shit, good or not.
so. All right,
Um,
that
And
do you think that, like, all right, the so-called elite, you think they had the same water that we do? You think they drink the same water?
nah,
Or,
well, I
or
think that they have machines to purify the water, but at the
so all
same
right, so
time,
mhm.
at the same time, the elite is the ones who eat McDonald's and they enjoy that shit too,
now you
right?
mentioned
So,
now you
huh?
mentioned about machines. Now, Captain Euphoria, I would like for you to respond to that. Of course, this is not like some debate or nothing. We just having a conversation. But um,
Yeah.
that I think that you could weigh in on that more, at least more than I could. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
like
About
I'm like,
which question? Which question?
well, he mentioned that when we talked about the difference between, I guess, how people would, like, I guess, narrow it down to our water and their water.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Um,
mean, I know for a fact, and I can drop names if you want to talk elite celebrities and all that. No, no, they don't drink the same water.
mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
I could run down so many names, athletes, celebrities, the elites. No, they don't. We can start with Magic. You want me
Mm-hmm.
Magic Johnson? So the same equipment that I sell,
That's
a lot
right.
of them
Mm-hmm.
have. So
That's
Magic
right.
Johnson, Jay-Z, Beyonce,
That's
Steven
right.
Seagal, um, LeBron James just got out the playoffs. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
That's right.
I could go on and on. They're in the facilities. Like you go to the Los Angeles Lakers facilities,
That's
their
right.
training
Mm-hmm.
facility, they got their athletes drinking a
The
special type of water.
they drinking the
If you
best
want to talk
league.
elites,
Word. If
you
it
want to talk elites, a popular name, it gets a popular name that's thrown out a lot. Bill Gates. Bill Gates. See, it's Bill
Yeah.
Gates. I mean, and I'm not telling you what I've heard. I'm telling you, I got the facts. I can show you.
no,
And this is the same
Mm-hmm.
equipment.
that's a fact.
I, this is the same
Fact.
equipment that I'm presenting to people. I show our people that we need to get and supply our communities.
Right.
So so
And
so
speak and
so
speaking
for
of
these
which,
people, it's like a
go
two
ahead.
birds with one stone. It's like, all right, like fuck up the water, the tap water, right?
Uh-huh.
Sell them bullshit, um, you know, alkaline water, right? And our
Uh-huh.
water is completely separate from and way better than whatever the fuck that we selling them. You know, like all
Right.
right, like it's crazy because I seen a video today. I think I got it in the comments. I think I do want to bounce a couple things off of y'all, but I seen a video. I think we're gonna go into it in a little bit where it was an Asian setup. I'm assuming this was in Africa, but it was an Asian setup, and they were saying that they had a water purifier machine, and it was like putting out, you know, this real good water. You know what I'm saying? Something similar to what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
But the thing
Uh-huh.
was that it was connected to the toilet in the back, and they was running the toilet water straight into the machine, like cleaning it and like you know selling it as like you know good water.
Ultra
Is and
purified.
I want to ask, is that possible? Is the machine that good that it could take like toilet water and make it like good water?
Very good. And just let me be clear. Like what I do, because anywhere in America, the water is different. So first thing, what I do is I'll pull a copy of your water quality report because I'm not a salesman. Documentation beats conversation. So I'd rather you see, okay, you in Iowa. Boom, let's pull your water quality report. Okay, these all the contaminants in it. Then I pair up. My equipment is custom built. It has to be custom built with the right technology for to remove those harmful contaminants. And it's
Okay.
that simple.
Mm.
But
I
yeah, it'll
want to
get it out of there.
now. I want to ask y'all brothers a question. This has been like a splinter in my mind since we came together on this stream. Now, I forget this brother's name, but everybody has gone, you know, crazy over this brother's statements about water, and he's saying that y'all gonna know what I'm saying. Y'all gonna
Oh
know who
yeah,
it
yeah.
is
He's a
saying it.
damn
That you know,
fool.
he said he's telling us that we're not
It's
supposed
not.
to
It's
drink
not.
water.
It's not natural for us
We're
to
supposed to
drink
eat.
water.
Yeah, we're supposed to eat water.
He's a damn
And
fool.
we know animals drink water, and
He's a
like,
he's a damn
what
fool.
what do y'all think about that?
I'm gonna let my
Well,
brother go.
well, the truth to it, yeah. We're supposed to drink H3O2, and that's the water you got from me. We're supposed to our cells are we're electrical beings, right? Right. So our
Mm-hmm.
cells only allow one type of water in it, and that's water that's negatively charged, right? That's the water you got from me. So that's why when people drink my water, they like, I feel refreshed. You know what I mean? As opposed to when I talk to a lot of people every day, they say it's like I drink a lot of water, but I still feel thirsty, right? So
Right.
we got to be clear. We supposed to drink a certain type of water, H3O2, that hydrates us on a cellular level, which comes from fruit, right? Which comes from fruit. Now, all store bottled waters and tap water, we got to understand is the water molecules. They're too big. They cause inflammation. That's why you drink a bottle of water and it feel like it's sloshy in your stomach. It's creating inflammation.
Mm,
And that's why one of the things, like you met me at the spot, like when I'm bending, when black women come up to me, When they start asking questions, I got this thing. Fire. Before they even tell me my name, I say, let me ask you a question. Are you anemic or your iron's low? 9 out of 10 black women gonna say, yeah. How did you know that? Because you drink
Mm-hmm.
water that rob your body of minerals. So that's the effect it have on black women bodies. And for us, it tear up our prostates and testicles.
Mm,
They don't tell us that as black men. Remember,
right.
our bodies is different. So
Mm-hmm.
he was right in the sense of the type we supposed to drink. We get it from fruit, right? But what he needed to, and again, we have to understand what I had to understand. Just because someone has a title, don't mean they know everything. Maybe he might not be hip to that. Like he's amazing on what he does, and he got a track record of healing people, but maybe he don't know the source and how to get it. But we're supposed to drink what you call living water.
Okay.
Because that water you got from me, and this is proven through all pet, you can look up PubMed studies, all that. It's called
Mm-hmm.
emergency water. Nothing gets into your cells. When you go in the hospital, what's the first thing they do? Hook you up to an IV with
IV.
water, with fucking saline.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now,
Yep.
we all, and again, we got to understand, you're going to tell a mass of people to do this, right? What do they have access to? My whole thing is, I'm going to tell you to do something, I'm gonna have the avenues to go about doing it. So you telling people, oh, okay, we'll just eat a bunch of fruit. Well, guess what? They didn't came after the fruit. They did a study, right? And now you got people on what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. They did a study where they took the strawberries, they cold pressed them, and the strawberry juice was filled with pesticides, and they was able to take the strawberry juice and spray the crops again with it. That's
Dang.
how much pesticides in it. So when
Dang.
you telling people, when you get into that position and people are looking to you, right? You got to be very clear. Okay, I don't drink water. I eat water. This is how I do it. Show them everything. And if they able to do that like that, then cool. If not, show them the steps to get there. Because you'll have people running out buying a bunch of conventional fruit that's sprayed with pesticides, fake fruit,
Mm-hmm.
and getting sick. They
Right.
didn't came. We know the fruit and vegetables is compromised, and most of these people, especially when you're talking about our people, drink purified water, and that's why that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Purified water is the #1 killer of the black community.
Dang.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So because we don't value it, we think purified mean pure,
right.
and we buy based on
Mm-hmm.
okay, we going to Costco's or something. Let me get 50 bottles for $5. We just think, and then if we get a filter, we get a cheap pure filter, or we drink out of Brita pitchers. It's
Yeah.
a Brita lawsuit. And then if
Yeah.
we go a little bit more, we get a Berkey. It's a Berkey water filters are banned from out California. See, we don't do
Mm-hmm.
the research properly. And remember what I said earlier, we got to do independent testing. That's why I say I'm not a I don't get into all that. I present the facts. You met me, what you say? You seen the test. I ain't asked you to support me because I tell people don't come up support me because I'm black. Support me because I'm the best. Let me show you I'm the best. It's just a bonus that I happen to be black and I can show you the formula. But when you pair up my formula for water to any company that you name, it's we not even in the same conversation. Because what I've done is I figured out whether you live in the projects, studio apartment, or the suburbs, how to get you access to your own water well. And you get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're not thinking because we're renting water. That's why they booked me to speak in schools, and I speak to the young kids, high schoolers, and even colleges now. One of the things I say, well, how long do you plan on living? What age you want to live to? 67. Well, that whole time you're gonna be buying water. And common sense to tell you, damn, my body's mostly water, most of my organs. Why not drink the best quality water? Look how our people older and how they walk, hunchback. Look at the diseases they suffer from, Alzheimer's, dementia, like he was saying earlier. Because what? You went 40, 50, 60 years drinking fluoride water and bathing in hydrofluoric acid.
Dang.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
question.
I go and clean
Question.
these people
Where,
filters off, and they don't even change them when they
Yeah.
move in the house. They move. They
I,
it.
I got a question. Where
Mhm.
where the Where are the oldest people in the world found at?
Well,
In in Ja-
go ahead.
yeah, in Japan, in the Hunza Valley, they call them blue zones. And you know what the direct link to the longest living people walking the earth is? They drink a special type of water. That's what I'm
Yeah,
pushing.
yeah,
That's what I'm pushing.
that was that was my point though, because
Man,
we talk about fruits and things of that sort, and I know that our environment will dictate a lot of the things that we eat, like like
What we have access to.
one of the holistic community is say they say, well, we never really ate meat before, they say that, you know what I'm saying, and it
Hmm.
would sound good, but if you think about it from a geographical perspective, it all can't be true. If I'm living by the ocean and I'm abundance of fish, then I'm gonna eat fish. You know what I'm saying? But if
Hmm.
I'm in the desert, you take me over to Saudi Arabia or Egypt, I'm not getting apples like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm not
Hmm.
getting
yeah.
vegetation in the desert. Even when I went
Hmm.
to Vegas, Vegas is a desert. You can't get no trees to grow in
Hmm.
Vegas, right? So what I'm saying
Not
is the
naturally.
theory, huh?
Hmm.
You
Said not
can't get
naturally.
not one tree to grow in Vegas. So I think a lot of this is environmental. You know what I'm saying? Based on where we live, based on our environment and what nature gives us, that's what we're going to ingest. If I'm in the rainforest, I'm hunting deer. You know what I'm saying? I'm hunting antelope. You know what I'm saying? I might
Hmm.
purify my water, catching it by the leaves, or the next pond or the next stream that's up the river. You know what I'm saying? So what I mean is people make a broad statement and they'll say, well, it's not natural to, according to who and what environment. You know what I'm saying? A
Hmm.
woman sack,
What?
right? A woman sack, right? When she give birth, what's the first thing she say? My water breaks, right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
you, you
exactly,
immerse, you
Hmm.
already immersed in the natural mood, or what they call
exactly.
the holo temples of, and that shit came from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It came
What?
by her ingesting water over time. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
water is natural. Water is abundance. Water is gonna be here, but it's our duty, like my brother's doing, is to make sure that we have the purest, cleanest water ever. One of my favorite books is this book. It's Imhotep, The Secrets of Water.
Okay.
Yes, right. And it
Shout out to
explains how,
Imhotep, man.
yeah, it explains how Imhotep, purified water for the first time just using rocks and
Wow,
gravel. You know
I
what I'm
never knew
saying?
about that book. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Thank
And
you. Wow, wow.
I'm telling you, this is a jewel when it
I'm gonna
comes to
get
the
that
history.
book.
so
Please
all
do,
right,
man. It's
I,
I
I
don't
got
have
Yeah.
the
I got
cover
a
on it.
question for y'all. I got a question for you. How do y'all feel about the use of copper to
Oh, I love it. Our
Yes, sir.
ancestors use it. That's why you see now at the malls and stuff, we throw pennies in the water. That's the old to
Right.
the ancestors. We use copper to filter it.
Most definitely.
right?
And
Yeah,
our bodies has all of that in it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
Copper, aluminum, metal, and all of that. Copper is one of the conductors of all energy. When we say like
Hmm.
the golden age, they got the silver age, they got the copper age, and these are
Hmm.
all the discoveries of these metals by Africans. When we start smelting metals for the first time, forging metals, just using all the elements that nature gives us. You know what I'm saying? But copper is definitely one of the most underrated pieces of metal, in the world. You know what I'm saying? Just by its power,
Hmm.
its healing powers, the conducting power that it has. A lot
Hmm.
of
Absolutely.
people,
That's why they run electricity through it.
most
Because
definitely.
like they used to use copper pipes back in the day.
Well,
In some
Hmm.
places you can
So they
still
start
find
getting
they
stolen.
still wait, they still do it in Buffalo. The crackheads running the houses for their copper pipes,
well,
Right,
and
they
they
use
exactly.
a
That's
lot
take
of
what I was
they
saying.
use a lot of
yeah, they
PVC
take it
pipes.
down to the motherfucking scrap. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
They use a lot of PVC. They use a lot of PVC pipes now. Just like all right, like that PVC. That new car
Yeah, yeah,
smells.
yeah. It's
That
cost
new car
effective now.
smell is PVC runoff. So it's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
toxic. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
they using PVC pipes over copper now. Like
Yeah, it's
and that's
cost
why.
Yeah,
effective.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. My background, I'm a certified gas pipeline mechanic. Y'all familiar with that?
Nice.
Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
before
go
I
ahead.
started the water. So basically,
Mm.
jackhammer, I can open up the street and lay down the pipes.
Nice.
So
Mm-hmm.
what I can tell you this, and I knew this years ago that the the federal government, they got like a 25-year plan to put new pipes all around America, and it's going to be that PVC.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
Cause
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Speaking of that, let me bounce something off y'all. Because you just spoke the shit right up. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Now look at that.
Yeah, yeah,
Biden
yeah, yeah.
administration announced $3 billion to replace toxic lead pipes and deliver clean drinking water to communities across the country. Right. Now we
Mm.
got to ask this question: what's going on with Flint, Michigan? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Mm-hmm,
Right.
Michigan water is still fucked up.
of
So you know
course.
what I'm saying,
mm-hmm.
10 years later.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
President Biden believes that every American should be able to turn on the tap and drink clean water. This is today, by the way,
Yeah.
to drink clean
mm-hmm.
water. But over 9 million homes, schools, daycares, and businesses receive their water through lead pipe, putting people at risk for lead exposure. Lead neurotoxins can irreversibly harm the brain development in children, and it can accumulate in the bones, teeth, damage the kidneys, and interfere with the production of red blood cells needed to carry oxygen. Due to a decade of inadequate infrastructure development and in diverse and under investment, lead poisoning disproportionately affected low income communities and of color. There is no safe level of lead exposure. That's why the president made a commitment to replace the lead pipes in the country within a decade. You know what I'm saying? So this falls right in line with what you're saying right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, brother. I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna be doing the work. Gas
Mm.
lines, water lines. So I had to. I tell people when I talk about it, I had to study water on a municipal basis, a well base. Like I had to study the water industry,
Hmm.
because I was doing
Mm-hmm.
that first. Because my plan was to start a gas company or water company in a sense where we could do the pipe work. It wasn't to be on this side. That wasn't my plan. I got brought
Mm.
over to this side when the world got shut down in 2020.
Oh shit.
So when the world got shut
Mm.
down, then my business got shut down, and we all sitting around, and people was getting sick. I'm losing people, and I'm like, man, I need to supply them with this water I've been knowing about for a couple
Yeah.
of years, and I
Yeah.
got my hands, huh?
No, no, I want to cut you
Oh,
off. Go ahead.
oh, okay. I
Go
got
ahead.
my hand, I got my hands on it, and I healed my family and friends, and just went out in the community. That was 2020, and here I am 4 years later. On the water filtration side, on the on the water side, supplying people, their homes and businesses with the water.
You know
But I
Mm-hmm.
what's
knew about this. I was talking about this several years ago. Like I said, I'm certified to do the work, so I was giving people a heads up that was coming.
black people, it's certain things that black people just don't involve themselves in, even though
Yeah,
we should, like, like prison reform and shit like that,
yeah,
like for me, Mumia, 95% of his supporters are just white folks.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
right.
And along again with the water, it's the same type of uh education when it comes to clean water in the community. It's almost as this is a afterthought. Like I used to be part of these organizations when I was hanging with white radicals, and this one organization stuck out because they were so gun-ho on hydrofracking. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially up here in upstate New York, man, these
Yeah,
motherfuckers was lighting their water on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
it was coming out the
Fracking,
tap,
yeah.
and these motherfuckers was lighting it on
Yep.
fire and shit. So I had the
Mm-hmm.
privilege of learning, what was
Crazy.
fracking, and how these major companies come and drill natural gas that get caught up into the water systems and shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
But the one thing I've noticed is like, it's a rare breed to see brothers like you that's so into the water, because
Yeah.
usually the faces that I see is usually white folks. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Black folks don't have,
Yeah.
concern about,
Yep.
it was white people that taught me about hydrofracking. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So it's a breath of fresh air to see another brother who's passionate and just about just the essential thing about water. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because again, though, we
Right.
we ones in the fews, man, when it comes to this water shit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Most definitely, and then trying to push it on the black communities even harder because of the lack of education that they have about just the essential. Like I see, it's one thing to have infant meal, you know what I'm saying, and feed your baby infant meal,
Mm-hmm.
but I see them putting them in the jugs and just putting it straight under the tap water. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
giving
Yep.
it to their babies and expecting
Yep.
their babies to come out like Jim Brown and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, it
Yep.
ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that was
Mm-hmm.
one of my things too. You know what I mean? Like, we got the machines too. Like, we don't build our own, but I remember Sister Burt left us like she paid like maybe 15 bands for these joints. This machine. You know what I'm saying? It was a purified. Go ahead, go ahead.
I had a question. Did you ever witness the brother that had the water system up there in Buffalo? Did you ever witness him do that?
No, no. What Mark Solters was doing was he was trying to power cars using water. You know, it wasn't really what he was doing wasn't new per se. He was
Yeah.
just into it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they've been doing that shit since the 40s. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Trying to figure ways to power water cars from water. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
he was definitely a scientist in his own right, and he was trying to figure out his own way to power cars using just simple water. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Now, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
conspiracy could be because you don't want to go against major oil corporation, gas corporations who have the money to just knock you off. And of course, we didn't see the conspiracy theories that they killed all these people because of what Mark was doing. But again, though, there's people alive that's doing that. In fact, it's a community of people who's trying to figure out how to power cars, using essential water. I seen carrots, you know what I'm saying? I seen all kinds of things that these people are trying to figure out, and it's really a patent grab. It's like, yo, if I can get this thing set off, I can patent shit and we can become millionaires and shit. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say that the motive is greed, but I'm just saying, like, there's a means to this. It's not just like I'm trying to save the world. It's I'm trying to get
Hmm.
this thing kicked off so that way my situation can be a little bit better and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying
Right.
that's my perspective. A lot of people will go with they ran up in there and killed all them innocent people whom some of them are known. You know what I'm saying? Just for one
Wow.
man. Just for one man. Because
I
like I
mean,
said, Buffalo small.
listen. I don't put nothing past these people, man.
I wouldn't.
I don't
Yeah,
put
yeah,
nothing
but
past them, man.
look,
I'm
I'm gonna
not. I
say this.
wasn't there, so I don't know. I ain't gonna
Well,
disrespect.
logically,
But I don't put
right?
nothing past them.
I'm just saying, logically, Mark was like well over 300 pounds. Mark had habits that didn't take that. You see what I'm saying? Like, they killed Dr. Khalid, with just poison. We don't even know. He says it's a brain aneurysm. They didn't, run up in the mosque and just kill a bunch of people just to kill Khaled. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, if that was the case, my assessment was it was a better way to do that shit. Mark was frequent to go to these restaurants, to takeout. Anybody could have just sent him over with that package and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying like, what came out of that just to get him, you know what I'm saying, I think was uh I think it was a bad light on the government itself. I didn't think that they wanted that PR move themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like we could have just poisoned him. We could have just sent one of these little hoppers in his house, popped him off and shit.
Mhm.
It would just been classified as another just break-in or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying
Mhm.
logistically, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that, you know, it was that big of a conspiracy. Like we in upstate New York, bro. Like this shit is racist. Like that shit we none of us was really
Mhm.
shocked to the point that they exist. It was shocked because it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like we know it's racist up this motherfucker. The east side is black. You know what I'm saying? South Buffalo is white. You know, we're still segregated in this motherfucker. You know, so he didn't come to a community where it was Jewish people running around and you got Jamaican people. Nah, he came to a community where just black folks was at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, like, just like Dylan Ruth. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those cases where, you know, uh, we leave our guard down. We let anybody in. This motherfucker Grady was fucking pedophile and shit. Gave the motherfucker water and shit. You know what I'm saying? I see this motherfucker every time. I just feel like spitting on him and shit. You know what I mean? Use this
Mm.
food stamp card. Use this food stamp card to buy these crackers some water days before the motherfucking shit happened. They want to talk about political science. I mean, racial theory and shit. Like, fuck you talk to the devil? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You see this motherfucker every week and shit. Pedophile ass and shit. He's mud to the community. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta be here. You gotta be here to feel that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I get it, like a lot of people on the outside looking in, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's some shit I never want to experience a day in my life. My city stopped. Like it just like stopped. Like time just I never saw that shit before. Just zoom. You know what I'm saying? It's just it was real mad weird and shit. But the highlight of the day was while that shit was happening, Benny the Butcher was on the other side of the town beating up fucking what's his name? Freddie
Freddie
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the same exact time. I'm like, damn, how
Hey,
ironic. Where the killers at when you need them? They just banging on each other. You know what I'm saying? So it
that's
was a
crazy.
go ahead. What'd you say?
No, I just said that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So it was just, it was one of those moments where you would never forget. But like that area was a food desert. Once that tops closed, it wasn't like the next grocery store for miles and shit.
Now,
You
I
know,
want to
Wow.
play
yeah.
something. I want to play a clip that I found online. About this brother right here, and his name is Aaron Salter
Salter,
Jr.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. Let's see.
Going to be the world's most dangerous invention, and here's why. Before I get started, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm a DJ. I make music, but hear me out. To put in perspective, the world uses 88 million barrels of oil per day. Now, a guy by the name of Jules Verne once said 150 years ago, water will be the coal of the future. Now, I have three people I want to talk about, starting with Aaron Salter Jr. He's a retired police officer out of Buffalo, New York, and his true passion was science. He converted his gas-powered F-150 into a water-sufficient vehicle. Now, back in 2015, he let insiders into his garage to see what he'd been working on.
We're going to do 4 experiments today for the patent examiners.
Now, he applied for a patent back in July 2015, and he was granted that patent in January of 2018.
Okay, now it's not running off of gas fumes?
No, there's no gas fumes. There's no gas fumes.
But sadly, in 2022,
whether a former federal agent knew in advance that an 18-year-old was going to attack the cops on Jefferson Avenue.
was murdered in the Buffalo mass shooting.
So all right,
So,
all right.
well,
Now, one thing that was significant about that clip is that they saying that they knew that in advance, and I don't mean to I hope this doesn't offend anybody or nothing. You know what I'm saying? because that's not my intention. But I do want to ask, how do you feel about that, Shango? How do you feel
No,
about that?
what they knew in advance. I'm not. I didn't pick
They
that up.
said they said what we gotta find that. Hold on,
Hmm.
my fucking
Beef?
it's Twisted Metal out there. You know what I'm saying? Remember that show? Remember that game, Twisted Metal? The Twisted Metal
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
So fast. No, but I'm saying that they said that they knew about this dude who was going to go and shoot up this supermarket in
Hmm.
advance. That's what the news link that just said right before the video cut off. So we would have to dig a little deeper to find that actual news clip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how does that? But just hearing that, for face value, how does that make you feel?
Oh, I'm saying like I mean I hear, I hear the conspiracy, but I know what happened and shit. You know what I'm saying, and I know Mark. Like what I'm saying, like again, Buffalo was small, so like I knew people that knew homeboy and shit. So
Right.
you know, um, I mean like again, I just think that it was a tragedy. Listen, man, Mark was the fourth person that went down. The shooter come up, you know what I'm saying? What's her name? The sister walking past, she get it first.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
dudes just standing there, get it, and then Mark he hears the gunshots and he take a couple of rounds off on him. You know what I'm saying? And then he gets it. So what I'm saying is like logically, the mission is over. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you just walk out.
Yeah.
This
I
dude
see.
went in.
I seen that whole video. Boy,
Yeah, this, this
he act like he was about to park. Then he
yeah,
decided,
he
I'm
hopped
gonna
out
pull up.
and
I'm gonna
yeah.
just pull up in the
But
front.
but what I'm saying is like
And but
initially
this the thing though, like dude, when I in
he
that
kept
video,
going.
right? This dude had on full military gear, like all like
Right.
helmet, all that shit, head cam. So it's
What?
like,
Yo,
yeah,
listen, man.
like we
Yo,
can't play we can't play the video because
can I give you a story real quick,
it's a
man?
heinous act.
Just real
Wow.
quick, man. Listen, man. I had a brother, man, that I swear to God to you, this shit happened to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a brother from Rochester. I seen him on Facebook. He was kind of sharp though. He was banging crip and shit. He was kind of sharp though. He's talking about the government, the IMF and shit. So I'm only a city next to him. Rochester and Buffalo is extremely close. So I reach out and shit. I'm telling him, come through, invite him to my home and shit, man. Man, you know what I'm saying? He crying. He like, yo, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I never had anybody to just be on my level. You could tell he was an emotional guy, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this to say this was around the time the Million Man March happened. We invited him in the Million Man March, but homeboy kept calling me, telling me like, yo, the FBI, you know what I'm saying, Jay, knocking on my door trying to talk to my grandmother about me and shit. So, in my head, I'm thinking like he getting righteous, he part of the gang, and the fear he gonna, maybe perhaps trade all of me. I ain't know what to think, right? Yo, listen, man. This motherfucker wrote a letter to ISIS, right? You can pick this shit up, right? I give you the motherfucking article. And I'm saying, and it's no different from that white boy. The motherfucker wrote a letter to ISIS and walked into a bar with a knife and proceeded to try to stab somebody. But the bartenders, these was all white folks and they was armed. He didn't get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying he was on a suicide mission like that motherfucker cracker. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the body armor. He didn't overkill like but just the mindset was the same. You know what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
I mean, I feel you, but I'm just pointing out that this dude had on full
Of
military
course.
gear,
He
like he
white.
looked like he just came home.
Yo, do
So
you
like
know,
that
do
just
you
makes it like,
know,
all
do
right, we
you
know what.
do
Let
you
me
wait, hold on. Do you
let me
know where he stayed at, man? He stayed in the same fucking facility as Timothy McVeigh. Do you know who Timothy McVeigh is?
absolutely. We just covered.
Okay, so what
We
I'm
just
trying to
we
say
just
is
covered that shit.
around that area, it's some
Right.
militias of white folks. This ain't no conspiracy. He
Listen,
ain't about to, if he on that type of time, he ain't about to just walk in with his fucking shirt button up. You know what I'm saying? He ready to dress. He ready for the part.
now we did a video about the whole April 19th situation
Mm-hmm.
that YouTube swiftly took down.
Mhm.
They took it down while we was doing it. I don't even think that's ever been done before. They took the video down while we were streaming it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm.
we was pointing out things that people was overlooking. You know, so when you say
Yep.
that this dude came out the same place that Vay came out of,
Yeah,
that
they
explains why.
malicious,
Look, that explains why the video just
bro.
cut like that.
It's nothing but forest. It's nothing but motherfucking
Man, look, I look. We
trees
look,
up
I'm gonna
there.
just
Where,
leave that. I'm
where
gonna
they
leave that
at?
right. I'm gonna leave that right there.
You know what I'm saying? They listen, man. They gun to man. We know that.
Right.
We know when we come to New York City, we got to go through that motherfucker. Just keep driving.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Yeah, that's like a sundown town. You know what I mean?
word. So what I'm saying was his preparation was preparing for the part. He was man. Look, man. If I'm a gangbanger, you know what I'm saying? You better believe I'm gonna leave my blue or my red somewhere and shit. Identify me.
But
This is
this
this.
brings the question. This brings in the question: how how easy is it to get grade A military equipment? You know what I'm saying? Like
Wait, if you
who
black
just
or white?
who just goes buys that? Who has access to that? Who gives away things like that?
Nah,
It's like, all
well,
right, like essentially those things could probably be traced back to somebody. Like if
bro,
he wasn't in the military and somebody gave him those things, who were those things issued to that he had?
bro.
Because he
Listen,
had
man.
a
This
lot
is
of like
this
military
this
equipment.
this the mission, man. Like,
You know
you
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying? Like it's, like one of my heroes is Jonathan Jackson, and I'm gonna keep bringing up fucking examples, man. Jonathan Jackson went in the courthouse, you know what I'm saying, with the toolies, freed all of the motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying. And when he got killed off, who did the guns come back to? Angela Davis. You know what I'm saying? You can ask the same question, like, well, what do you
Right.
think? You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad that you're putting it that way.
Yes,
Because
sir.
we like to make thought provoking content. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I get it. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I want to put it in the perspective.
Yeah, you
You know
are.
what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, yo, if you on that mission, you got a role to play. And if your role is to obtain these motherfuckers to make that shit go down, then that's what you gonna do.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
man,
Everybody got a role to
that,
play.
that
This
is
is a
well. That is
recipe.
so well put, brother.
Word.
I appreciate you for that right there.
I'm trying to
You
just give it to you
put
real,
things
man.
put things in perspective for the people out there.
if,
Yeah.
if you if you on a mission, man, you better play that
Yeah.
role, man. If you the driver, motherfucker, drive. You know
So
what I'm saying? Straight up.
so
Hmm.
all right. So what y'all think? What y'all think about this? You think it's a coincidence? You think all of this is a coincidence? Because one of our mottos is this: how many times is a coincidence possible before it's mathematically impossible?
Just wasn't
You know what I'm saying? So is it just is it all of the things that you're saying, right?
Mhm.
That doesn't need any reiteration. You know what I mean? But are these things merely a coincidence? What do y'all think? Y'all think those are coincidence?
Well,
Pope,
when
Cat,
it come to this.
Euphoria, Captain. What y'all think?
mhm. Yes,
Can y'all hear me?
I can
Yeah.
hear you, bro.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Um, I wasn't that knowledgeable about it. Like this is my first time getting knowledge about it. You know,
Mm.
and you enlightened me too, brother Shango, because you just to be clear, you said the brother was the last person to go, right?
Yes,
Or the
And I
fourth.
didn't even know it was
You
a
said the
video. Y'all
fourth.
said y'all
he
watched the
he was the
video and
fourth.
all
He
that.
was the fourth person.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
So
but but
how
but
many
so it was like it was 10 people. You know what I'm saying? 10 people to win. He was the fourth
wow.
one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying after the deed done, like logic could tell you, like, you know what I'm saying, mission completed. Now he went in and killed them old folks, man. Like, you
Now,
know what I'm
all right,
saying?
now can you elaborate on what happened after that? Like, how did the community overcome that?
Oh
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Because
Well,
like that's a real bad thing that happened, and a lot of people are aware of that. But can you
right.
give us some insight about how did the city overcome that? How did
Well,
was
I got well,
some good things?
I think that tragedy in the black community is so common that, you know, we find ways to
Yeah.
go back living. I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
a couple of years from that to now, I would say that it's business as usual. We commemorate these people, but there is still no prevention plan, or what if this was to happen again? It's almost as if it's not gonna happen again. You dig what I'm saying? I think after
Mhm.
directly after that, again, like the city stopped.
Right,
When I heard about it, I think I just brushed it off as a white dude just took shots into
Mhm.
tops until I seen like the magnitude of this shit. Like,
right,
you
right.
know what I mean? And immediately, like, Jefferson stopped. Like everybody was out there. It was kind of like any candlelight visual that you can imagine. I say for just maybe a couple of weeks, Buffalo got a spotlight on him. Al Sharpton came, and the Black Panthers came. I had a bad experience with them motherfuckers, but it's another story. And it was just like a spectacle. You
Right.
know, one of the families had asked me and my brothers to do security for one of the victims. We did security for the at the funeral because they just didn't feel safe, even rightfully so. What's the brother name? I forget. The brother from the Socialist Party, he reached out and set it all up. I forget his name. You'll know him if I was to say it. But just to answer your question, man, it was I can't really recall any massive tragedy in our lifetime, besides like the movement and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if we were ever old enough to experience something like that, that it's an unexplainable energy that you get to see, like, you
And
know,
we did
grown men crying and shit. You
we
know what
did
I mean?
on that, like, when it happened, and we was pointing out that it happened like literally a day after the move incident.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Oh, that
Mhm.
was?
Yeah, it was a day.
Yeah,
That
that's
happened on May 13th. It happened on
May 14th.
so
Wow.
coming up on the anniversary of that shit.
Right.
I
Yeah,
want to play a
Right.
video for you. I don't, because you did mention that it put Buffalo on the map, and it sparked a lot of people to investigate. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I just want to play a
Right.
video for you. It's not nothing crazy. It's just
No, go ahead, go ahead.
you know
I'm open.
no, because it's a
Mhm.
sensitive subject, so I had to be sincere.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Hey man, my fault. They kicked me out the room. Let me go back. We still on StreamYard, so
Right.
Hmm.
you know how that is.
Right. Struggle streaming.
Shout out to Struggle.
Right.
Did,
Mhm.
did, did you click the link? Did you click the link that they sent you?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Cool.
Shango.
Oh, what
Yeah,
link?
the,
What
the,
link?
the link they sent you to for the administrative job.
Oh, in my email. Okay, so when I did it, right, they said it had a code that popped up.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't have the code.
Oh yeah, you gotta get that. I'm gonna send it again for you. All right.
Yeah, just send me the code.
Right.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep. You get it out email and then you punch that code in the StreamYard and then it'll recognize it.
Okay. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
But let
right.
me say
Yep.
this again, though. Al Sharpton came up, and one thing Al Sharpton did was put all of these Negro preachers on blast, which was shocking. Because, all of them came out in their best suits to greet this motherfucker. Reverend Rat, as I call him and shit. And he put them
Right.
all on blast. They was all sitting in the front row, and he was like, "For you preachers, what I'm saying, that came out that never that's basically never seen in your community, should be a goddamn shame of themselves and shit." These niggas was trying to run cop hat and shit.
Or I
It
mean,
was
how they that
it's
pastors is like wreck chasers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like car accident on the scene.
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah,
All the
hell
tow
yeah,
trucks is pulling up. They bucking the red lights to get their
hell yeah,
man.
man.
Sometimes they get in the accidents. They damn selves. So
Benjamin Crump was in this
you
motherfucker. We
know
seen them all.
Yep.
when somebody check out, the pastors is pulling up.
Yes,
Trying
sir.
to push their doctrine, trying to promote their
Mhm.
church. know what I mean? We gonna have a repass here and all.
Nah,
You
nah,
know what I'm saying?
them motherfuckers is paid by the white
I look.
corporations to make sure
I
that
know a lady. I know a lady who used to work for a marketing company,
yeah,
and I remember she told me. She said, "I'm going into the what's the shit called, the mortician business." You know what I'm
mm,
saying? And she was like, "Man, that's something that people always gonna need."
yeah,
And she was moonlighting at it.
Mm.
Her and her husband. And then she wound up quitting her job. Like, fuck it, we going with this full fledged.
right,
And they
Mm.
doing the damn thing. You know what I'm
right.
saying? In terms of finances. Now I don't know how people feel about that,
Nah, it's
but
perfect.
it's something that it's something that is like, all right, somebody has to do it. You know what I'm saying?
This
Now,
cracker gonna do it.
yeah, you know what I mean?
He
And
gonna
the
get
thing is
paid.
that, people was
That
making big money off of that shit.
a couple of years ago, this black man was trying to sell insurance in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And this is mainly like to single mothers who had like teenage sons and shit. So he had a
Yeah.
target. You know what I'm saying? Now, logically, well, emotionally, people looked at it as, oh, he's trying to profit off of a situation.
Right.
But logically, you
Right.
know, he was trying to prepare them. Like, yo, if every black person had life insurance, we'd bankrupt the system. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a payout that every person would get paid. Like we're talking about
Right.
generational wealth.
Right.
So
Yeah.
logically, if
Mm-hmm.
every black person had insurance on themselves, we wouldn't be
Yeah.
talking about poverty from a level that we're talking about. And that's just simple shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying like it's ways uh to do this, but we've been so marketed. Like for example, firearms in the black community is like stop the violence.
Or
Why?
right. So one thing that we can take from this is that there's profit in us being ignorant to certain things that can be beneficial to us.
Right. Well, it
You know?
wasn't even
Right.
Absolutely.
it
Absolutely.
wasn't just his profit, it was our profit, but we
So
couldn't see the bigger picture.
that kind of brings us back to where we are when the average person just looking at this, and to kind of like dealing with the past from to now and really understanding the things that are done, you know in the shadows and shit like that. And so it's like when you putting two and two
And
together,
maliciously.
or six and four together, you like,
Hmm.
this shit is, you ask that question, how many times is a coincidence possible before it's mathematically impossible?
Possible.
So this
Yeah.
seems
Right.
intentional. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when we think about, all right,
Yeah.
say like, okay, well, this situation happened, consequently, the dude who was working on something that could be for black people's benefit,
Yeah.
right? Stopped him
Mm-hmm.
from doing that and took his life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
it's
Right. Right.
like, when you put people just strip it down to the bones of that and just look at it and say, damn, whether this dude just was too brave, or this just seemed like it could have been intentional. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But then it's like
Right.
it's that wall of suspicion there when you see so many people involved, and it makes you hold up to have that apprehension to say, I don't know if they would go to those links to do that.
Hmm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To
Well,
just get
what
at
we.
the person. Like, would they do that?
Well,
Yep.
that's what I'm saying.
But then when
Absolutely.
you
Listen, man.
with
There's
the
levels.
aspect of when you deal with the aspect of the thing that we all talking about at the head of the show, is that
Hmm.
your water is not safe.
Yeah.
So if
That's what I
somebody,
say.
so
Like.
so if somebody would do that to somebody's drinking supply,
Hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't put. That's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't put. I wouldn't put nothing past somebody who wouldn't have the integrity enough to give us clean water. And
Yeah.
that's the subject that we convening on right now. So matter of
Right.
fact, speaking of that, I forgot to play the video for you. My fault.
Just put.
Mm-hmm.
Able to run a car on pure water, water that you can get from the tap or even rainwater. We all love the idea. If it were
Y'all tell me
possible,
who
it would
catch
be
the
great.
accent.
for both our planet and our pockets. Now I have to state that there is a difference between a hydrogen powered car and a water powered car. Hydrogen is already used widely by car manufacturers, and we all know that it does work. It just uses a lot of energy to produce, which means it costs quite a bit of money to buy pure hydrogen at the pump. So, if you could make a car that could run on water purely and it could do the conversion from water into hydrogen on board, it would be amazing. Well, today we are going to take a look at a water powered car, the man behind it, his tragic death, and exactly how his invention works. This is Aaron Salter Jr., a retired police officer and the man behind this engine that runs on water. On the 14th of May of this year, he was killed in a mass shooting in which 10 people died. To say, my heart goes out to everybody.
The
It,
fog.
I don't know. Hold on. I think we have technical difficulties. I know I am. Hold on.
Oh,
But look, I wouldn't be surprised.
it's
Maybe
definitely the government,
yeah,
man.
we doing something too much like right. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying? That's
you
what I'm
know.
saying. I don't put nothing past these people, man.
I think in America things become repetitive, right? When we say coincidence, I look at things as being repetitive. I think that you know, Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and looking for different outcomes. And when it comes
Mhm.
to America, we do that. You know, we can almost predict America's movement based on what happened yesterday. Like when we see all those crackers run up in the uh run up in the state capitol and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? We, from our era and shit, we like, oh shit. But when we dig a little deep in history, they already did that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I'm just saying, like, it's not common for people to do the
The
same shit
idea of being
over and
able to
over
run a
again.
car on pure
You know
water,
what I'm saying?
water that you can get
Yeah, my fault. Hold on.
No, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying, like, I would say, I would call it a coincidence. I would go on the argument of a coincidence. Because again, though, like, you didn't have to really do that to all them people. That motherfucker didn't just pull up that day. He was
Well,
out there for 5 days.
I don't know what's going on with this video. Now they saying
Mhm.
that this video is it? They saying, look, now it's an inviolate file.
You dropping them truth
Oh
bombs,
wow.
man.
You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
we know the story, right? But
Hmm.
the point of me playing that video was that that's why I asked, if somebody could catch that accent because that seemed like somebody from another country.
He's
So this whole thing about the cars running on water and shit like that, this is a big thing. This is a big universal thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like, like Euphoria was saying, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
This is a worldwide thing. You know what I'm saying? So when this happened, this sends shockwaves all over the world for people to be
Yeah.
like, yo, that's a little
Nah,
suspect. You know what I'm saying? Especially, when they buried these patents. You know what I'm saying? When people come
Right.
out, and they
how,
go
how
about
many
the
how
right
many
thing and they say, all right, well, I'm gonna get a patent, and then somebody bury that shit or
so
hold the shit up to the point where the shit never come out.
yo, bro,
You
how many
Mm.
views he got?
said what?
How many views he got?
Who?
On
The
that,
video.
the person who did that video.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't even see that.
Well, because my mind still says that he's still a content creator. You know what I'm saying? And what's hot at that time is gonna be spoken about.
Well,
You
yeah, and
know,
that's what I'm saying. It sends shockwaves all around the world. So content
word,
creators, they got all kind of things. Look, we got
word.
content creators right now talking about nonsense. Like, all right, right now, people, even with the Kendrick Drake
Uh-huh.
situation, we got something for that. We might touch into that later.
Mm.
But we dealing with something that's
Mm.
more important right now.
Right.
So when you look at
Right.
all the different avenues of content there is for content creators to create,
Yeah.
that guy chose that subject to talk about that
Of
happened in
course.
Buffalo. and somewhere way far away from him. So I get you with the YouTube people
Yeah,
who chase stories and all that, but somebody thought that that was a hot topic.
but I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
I
That's
get
what
it.
I'm
I
trying to
get it.
point out.
Important.
But you know, I watch British people talk about the streets of Chicago all the goddamn time. Never
That's
even
what I'm
been there.
saying. That guy could have made know about the streets of Chicago just like everybody else, and probably got
Yeah,
more views.
yeah,
But
yeah,
but
yeah.
that but that was something that he felt that he needed to address, just like a
Right.
lot of people
I
did,
get
because
it.
that's just one of many videos there is out. There's people all over TikTok, Instagram, YouTube talking about this
Hmm.
situation because I
Mhm.
mean water is essential to
Yeah.
every
To
human being,
everyday makeup. That's it's
right? You
so
know
real.
what I'm saying?
But that's man,
Hey,
beautiful thing. Look, we're an hour and 20 into it. What's good with you,
I'm trying to find
man?
that clip
And
that I had from back in the day with the what is that shit at? The remember that shit was on the news back in the day. So this is not a new subject. You know what I'm saying? It's something that been going on for a minute. So I'm looking for that video clip. I know I got it in here somewhere. Hold on.
yeah, I know they just actually a couple of days ago brought up another individual that made a car that ran on water and he got killed too.
Yeah, it was from back in the day. I'm
They
trying to.
were just showing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. It was on. I seen it on Twitter. That shit was on there a couple of days ago. We
His
were
name
just
was
talking about it.
his name was Stanley Myers.
The white boy that did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Myers.
it's Stanley
His
Myers.
father named Michael.
Right. Son of Mike. Yep. Yep. Son of Mike.
uh-huh.
hmm That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
yeah, they was talking about his thing. As soon as he came out with it, they whacked his ass too. So them doing so, and then Porsche is just now coming out with a vehicle that supposedly runs on water. The price
Oh
ticket for that
wow,
vehicle is, of course, yeah.
wow,
After this man,
wow,
yeah, Porsche. You can look it up. It's duck goable. That Porsche is talking about that they got one that's running on water.
wow. Mm.
yeah. So
And
they
when
not.
one gets silenced, yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead,
I
Paul.
wonder where they got the technology from. Yeah,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, look, because Apple is still getting sued by Samsung for using their parts.
hmm
Yeah.
That's
Look,
crazy.
Pfizer and Moderna and them is getting sued by them people for using the same technology. Saying they
Uh,
copying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, when we take the gloves off, we gonna go. We getting off YouTube when we take the gloves off and we talk this
yeah,
stuff. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You
yeah.
know,
yeah. We're gonna get back to
when we get
that.
in, we
We're
get
gonna
into that
open that.
later on. If y'all up to that, we all for that. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
want the smoke,
yeah. We're gonna have to.
but we gotta get
Yeah.
off of YouTube. Because they ain't gonna do nothing but take it
Right.
down anyway. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I already know how they
And
do.
strike you for it.
You
Yeah.
know.
And as you can tell, the gloves is off. yeah,
Yeah.
we
So,
we
so
ready to go.
I wanted to play this old video clip. I just can't find it right now at the moment.
Yeah.
But
Mm,
I know I got it in here somewhere.
mm,
But I had a couple other things. Matter of fact, let me throw this up real quick while we talking about. So while we could talk about that while I continue to look for this video. So all right, let me get back
mm,
in the room. I got a I got a slide that I want to throw up real quick. That's just touching on some things that we talked about, and bringing some more aspects of this I guess the gap between us, in between whose water is better than whose water. You get what I'm saying? So
mm.
let me throw this up here right here. Let me move this out the way because I don't want to cut nobody's face and shit. It ain't that deep.
Yeah.
So all right, look at that shit right there. Y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
90. Now they blocked the rest of the article. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
but I guess, but
Hey,
the
you ain't
point
pay
is,
your
you know, ninety
paywall.
dollars, $90 a bottle for this water. You know what I'm saying? Now, hold on, let me go to the next joint. All right, so here
There
we go.
it is.
All right, look, yeah. So $90 a bottle for a melted iceberg. So now, Sal, now well, this is one of the things that's like least talked about is that, you know, when they talk about, you know, the global warming shit, and I'm not saying that global warming don't exist or whatever. I'm not even getting into that. I'm just pointing out something to you that you might need to know about. You know, when you see videos about glaciers falling apart and melting icebergs and shit like that, right?
Right.
You know, so this is right on here on the news. Look,
Yeah.
$90 a bottle for a melted iceberg. So all right, so when we talking about, you know, these big wigs and, you know, people who got money like that, you know, even if they didn't know nothing about $90 bottle of water, you think they wouldn't buy it? It's people exactly. It's people out there that buy fucking. It's an app out there that's $1,000 and people just buy it just to prove they rich. So
Yeah.
if you
Mm.
got people out here that have to represent that lifestyle so much that they found out about $90 bottled water, they would buy it, not even knowing nothing about the health benefits or nothing. They'll figure that out later, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It says
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
luxury water
Yep.
Yep.
inside the world of luxury water because this is kept away from the public, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah,
these
rich
dudes,
enough, you buy it.
these people is melting down icebergs for water.
Yep.
Yeah. Shit, I buy my own iceberg if I had the money.
Right.
Called frequency H2O.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, you can go ahead if you can read.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and read that, Pope. You know, my eyes. I'll be
Oh,
having
let
to
me
get
see.
my
I got.
on. I need some glasses or something.
All right. Last year, judges at the 28th International something water tasting competition for the best water in the world to be an Australian brand infused with the sound frequencies of love, the moon, and light spectrums of the rainbow. Called Frequency H2O and sold for 3.30 a liter. That's $2.30. The water is, according to its creator, ultimate elixir of life, also recognized by judges, was Swabbly, a company that sells $90 bottle of freshly squeezed for melting Norwegian iceberg.
How the fuck you squeeze water? That's crazy.
Yeah, how you squeeze ice?
Now they talked about putting the
That's a
vibration
strong
into the
motherfucker.
water. They
Yeah.
talked about putting vibration into the water. I want y'all to think about the things that Terrence Howard
Wait,
was
wait,
talking
wait,
about.
wait, wait, wait. Back up for a minute. They talking about putting what?
Look at it; it's right there. You
No,
know,
no, I get it, I get it, I get it. But what the fuck do vibration look like?
well, if we could see it, it would be like waves.
Okay,
You
so how do
know,
you bottle?
that's
How do you
a good
bottle,
point.
package,
That's
and
a good point
distribute
that we
that?
make up that brings that what Terrence Howard was talking about
Man, it,
to the table. You know, can
yeah,
Terrence
these niggas be talking about anything,
no
man. Like what?
here. Hold up. Now Terrence Howard. Now a lot of y'all seen Terrence Howard come out and he was talking about all these things that he was working on for 40 years. Now think
Yeah,
about it. He ain't that old. So imagine when he started this work. You know, so
man.
he's been working on
Cocaine
this
is
shit
a hell
before
of a
that. Look,
drug,
hold
man.
on. He's working on this shit for 40 years, right? About the flower of
Right.
life and sound frequency and how sound can be used to heal and understanding the wave, you know, frequencies and shit like that. And he
Mm-hmm.
kept that shit to himself and got it patent secretly and didn't come out with it until he got it patent. See what I'm saying? Now you think about the dude that we just was talking about, right? Now I don't know if he had this situation patent yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaning towards that he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because that makes it more easier to deal with that like that. Like, okay, you did this. Okay, let's get you out. Allegedly, you know, somebody could, you know, basically get to the patent before he could. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
however
But they
way
said he
he
had
chose
a
to do that.
patent. On the first
So
video.
Yeah,
but
in 2018.
so all right, must send
Yeah.
and that you know and that brings this into question right here because
Bro,
that's a
listen.
good point because whether he did or didn't have the patent,
Mm-mm.
that didn't like stop them from
Li-
or allegedly from
Bro,
somebody going
bro,
at all
listen to me.
costs. Well, look,
Listen
I'm
to me, man.
getting around the conspiracy. Not even
No, I
talking,
get it, I get it,
but
but what I
that didn't
mean is
stop them from
the
doing.
patent ain't the issue. Like you can have a patent for anything, but once you get that $1 million,
Right.
that $1 billion deal, that's when you become the problem. I can carry the patent for
Yeah,
years.
but the thing is this: if they want to move on a project, because just like Pope said, they putting out a water
Mhm.
Ferrari now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
Porsche. Yeah.
if somebody got a patent, they kind of low key stand in the way of you doing that, right?
You know,
You know what I'm
somebody
saying?
got to
Because then
buy.
I gotta cut this dude a check. He could
Somebody
take me
has
to
to.
court.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
somebody has to be willing to buy that shit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you can have a patent, but you got
Well,
to sell that motherfucker.
I mean, Ferrari is not a cheap car. So if you got in the people who make Ferrari saying, "Hey,
Porsche.
look, let's make
Porsche.
Hmm.
Yeah.
My fault,
Porsche.
Porsche, make it say
Yeah.
let's make some water cars." That's not no
Hmm.
lightweight situation. You know what I'm
But
saying?
but what I'm
And
saying is like,
I don't think they would deal with that situation like it's a lightweight situation. Even if they did, I'm not saying that they did,
hmm
because I don't know. But I'm saying if that was the case, we talking about $1 billion company.
you know,
But if he's
and
dead,
I
then
understand.
who does the patent go to? If he's dead, then the patent's dead, right? I mean, the patent. I mean, it's just available.
No,
Well,
no,
obviously,
it rolls over.
a dead person can't sue you.
Listen, man, the patent will roll over in the estate. If there was a state or a
Yeah.
will or anything that was,
Right. 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 Right.
it'll just
He
roll
got family
over to
members.
to a next family, next kin or whatever have you. But
All right.
what I'm saying is like even having a patent is not the dangerous part. It's when you get that $1 billion deal that that the world is about to change now. You know what I'm saying? That's when the dangerous
All
shit
right,
gets.
all right. Let me give you
He.
an example. All right, on some hip hop shit, right?
Mhm.
With the beef and Drake and shit and all that. We're gonna get into that later. Uh, the Tupac Shakur estate threatened to sue Drake over that AI shit.
Of course.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're using our brand, something that
Mhm.
we own. So,
Mhm.
so you can say essentially they have the patent on Tupac. Tupac is
Mhm.
patented. His likeness and all that is patented, and it's owned by some white guy. That's the crazy shit. So when people hear
Wow.
Yeah.
Tupac estate, you would think that, um, oh, that's Tupac family. No,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's some white
Somebody,
guy who
anybody
owns
in
some
his family.
company. You know what I'm saying? But I
Right.
want to just point out right here on the screen right here where it says that called this water is called frequency H2O, and it's sold for $3.30 a liter.
H2O, man. Ugh.
Now, I just want to highlight that right there because we know whose people's numbers is those numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was just staring me in the face. Now, just to kind of
Right.
like what you were saying, Shango,
I see that shit.
our brain, however we train it, the one natural thing about our brain is we naturally look for patterns. So once you on that wave of looking for that, is naturally going to happen. So shit like that is going to pop out because
Mhm.
that's how I trained myself to be. You see what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Right.
I got to
So
look for
so
Yeah.
that.
so we do and I'm just giving what you're saying credence because we do naturally look for patterns.
That's
That's something
right.
that our
Right.
brain naturally does.
Definitely, definitely. We repetitive. We do.
Yeah, that's
What?
I get. That's what you was trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Hmm.
Hold on,
Right.
I'm trying.
So, but what y'all think about this? What y'all think about this right here? This frequency water, and we talked a little bit about the Terrence Howard situation. Now the reason why I brought up the Terrence Howard situation is because he patented all of the shit that he's talking about already. So he patented it before he came out and talked about it. So
Right.
um I I don't want to see, people be saying shit, wild shit, and it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
well, it's a
Yeah.
problem when we do it. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say nothing too crazy about the Terrence Howard situation, but I'm gonna say he need to watch his body. You know what I'm saying? He need to watch his
Hmm.
body. You know,
Hmm.
I'm gonna just leave that at that. You know
Drink
what I'm
water.
saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
I will piece up on one of them bottles with y'all and then see what that water tastes like. But
Okay, I see they got frequency H2O. Actually a bottle. This joint,
uh,
yeah, it's a whole company. Um, Hold on, let me see. They got a whole fucking website on this bitch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, brother Khalid,
Yeah.
can you send me this article? Can you text
Yep.
it to me? I'd
Sure.
like to read this joint, man.
Sure will.
Uh-huh.
All right. So let me move that off the screen. It says the extravagant tagline and price tag may make luxury bottled water of sort a liquid climate change. Look, they talking about this for the rich. Liquid climate change for the rich. Look. I'm surprised they even said that in the article. They
so
crazy. They crazy for that one. You know what I'm
so so
saying?
so they say like so
This,
they say like so they say like in
hold, let me finish reading this. Despite an abundance of logical reasons to avoid it, the bottled water industry has never been stronger. In a premium bottled water, the extra fancy sort touted as health benefit like alkalinity is the fastest growing sector of the U.S. bottled water industry, itself valued
mm,
at $18.5 billion. I had to read that.
damn.
He just said it. Shout out to Captain Euphoria. You know what I'm saying? He just
Yeah.
everything that this man has said, we just literally read this shit off an article. Do y'all
mhm.
y'all realize
Right.
that shit?
Yeah.
So we gotta give you your props, man, because you just coming in just giving out headshots and knowledge, like boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of
Yeah.
y'all is. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
but this is crazy right
Right.
here. But
Mhm.
Shango, what you was about to say though?
Oh no, I was just saying that no, just go ahead. I was looking at something real quick.
All right, I'm gonna read the rest of this shit real quick. Whether such elite products are three thousand pumped from 3,000 feet beneath Hawaii and extracted. Now look, this shit that happened in Hawaii. Remember the shit happened in Hawaii.
Yep.
Extracted from
Hmm.
the Fijian springs and sprinkled with gold dust. Now, which one of y'all said something about a well with gold in it? You know what I'm saying? Sprinkled with
Yeah.
gold. Most most ju- most justify their inherent access to with a similar refrain. More more obscure the origin or elaborate the preparation, the healthier, higher quality, and more delicious water. I bet it is. Of course, all right.
Hmm.
Hold on. Of course, this, of course, is happening in context where water scarcity is accelerating is an accelerating global crisis predicted to affect two-thirds of the world population by
Hmm.
2025. Just like Captain Euphoria said.
Wow.
The
Hmm.
plastic pollute. This is amazing.
Hmm.
The plastic pollution to which described the water bottles contribute immensely has become an issue so dire experts anticipate by 2050 the ocean can be filled. What the
Didn't I
fuck?
say that? They're
Yeah.
Yeah.
dropping
Y'all
bottles
niggas,
of water
y'all niggas don't even
in the
realize that
ocean.
y'all how dynamic y'all is, man. You know,
Yeah.
Hmm.
this is crazy.
We're dealing with a
Yeah.
major population problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Pollution problem, rather.
Uh-huh.
This is
But go
crazy.
ahead, go ahead.
Right? That was it. You know what I'm saying? I think
So
that's the rest of the joint.
so can you Google something? Can you YouTube something?
Oh shit, I ain't got it like that.
Oh, okay. I just thought no, I thought that the programs that you was playing was I know you
No,
took that out
look,
the
we did some research and we put these things together.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
And
just thought you pulled it up. I thought you just
no,
pulled it up on YouTube.
we did a little research. You know what
A
I'm saying?
little prep.
So,
Yeah, I got you. I
research means to search and search again. So
I
we didn't
got
just
you.
Right.
do
I
a
got you.
search.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, it's a
I got
repetitive
you.
cycle. You know what I mean? Shout out
Right.
to all the researchers out there. You know what I
Oh
mean?
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So have you ever seen the documentary Tapped?
Yes, yes. That was
Great,
a great
great,
joint.
great
Great joint.
documentary. Definitely,
Yes.
y'all get a chance. Y'all go check that out. A lot of information about our tap water, bottles
Mm-hmm.
of water, how companies, corporations overrun these shits. You know, I think that's
Hmm.
one of the best kept documentaries. You know what I'm saying? That's known because
Mm-hmm.
you know the information that they have. You know, like you know how you know people are catching cancer. You know, from plastic bottle companies that's into their community. You know,
Yeah, the expats.
these bottles got to get manufactured in little small towns, and you know, pollution goes to the motherfucking
Mm-hmm.
air, and these it's just horrible, man. It's horrible. But check it out if y'all get the chance.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
one of y'all brought this up to me, and we had to bring this to the table about the Jackson, Mississippi crisis.
Mississippi water crisis. Yeah.
So because everybody's familiar with the Flint, Michigan crisis,
Right.
but also
Right.
Mm-hmm.
as you can see of January 16th of this year, you know, there's a Jackson water crisis also. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So this is just not some fancy word salad that people just put
Yeah,
together and put up
yeah.
for an article. You see this shit
Right.
happening in real time.
Yo,
You know
in
what
this
I'm
book,
Right.
right? In this book, right? Uh, it almost reads as a play, right? So you got like Dozier, which is King Dozier, and you got a conversation that he's having with Imhotep. Now the issue is Lower Egypt is dealing with a famine, and Upper Egypt is dealing with pollution of water. Well, Lower Egypt is dealing with pollution of water, and they dealing with a famine. They dealing with like um their crops, you know, just basically drying up. So Dozier's coming
Mm,
at Imhotep to find a solution because he's the brainiac. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Find a solution. Imhotep is telling Dozier, you must make peace with your uncle who running Lower Nile, you know. But Doja got an ego. He like, fuck that nigga, man. Man, look, man, I don't give a fuck what it's called. So you know, Imhotep, like, yo, you know, your ego is gonna kill a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But Imhotep mission was to go down there and figure out how to purify their water because if their water could be purified, they can pump that shit up to the upper Egypt
Egypt.
and they can all fucking, you know what I'm saying, problem solved. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So the little big head dude go down there and he purifies their water. First time ever in history water becomes purified. You know what I'm saying? I haven't read the book in years, but it shows you, it tells you how he do it. And the same concept that we do it today is the same concept he did last, you know, way back when and shit. So I just find
Right.
the
Right.
things
Right.
like that amazing, like, you know, how things change. Some things just stay the same and shit.
And
Right.
and people have these tools, this knowledge, because knowledge and information is the real power. So if these people have these tools and this knowledge, then they don't have to be dependent on somebody to come and fix their pipes and give them more toxic pipes than the pipes that they got, allegedly.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
Uh-huh.
this shit is crazy. You know what I mean? Like you got, case in point, this shit right here. You know what I mean? Different organizations like the ACLU is allegedly going to go help. I think that sometimes a lot of these organizations just virtue signal. You know what I'm saying? They go down there to take
Hmm.
photos and put it on their Instagram. But I'm not there, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I like to be there, but we we gotta have the bread to do shit like that.
Right.
We ain't just
Right.
trying to up and pull up our sleeves. You know what I'm saying? So
Yo,
Right.
so let me show you something else. This is a bottle purified water. I mean, a bottle purifier. You see, you got the purified stick in the middle. You can put
Uh-huh.
dirty water in this. You know what I'm saying? And just suck it right up.
Hmm.
If you can see, you know, and a lot of people buy this because we, you know, tell people put their bottle of water in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just for insurance purposes. But we got the bottles of water with the purifier too.
I seen the joint that they got. It's a solid copper water bottle.
Mm.
Hmm.
The whole joint is copper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen. I said, yeah, I gotta get one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 It's the only thing that's not copper in there is a
Brother.
silicone sealant on the inside
Oh
to keep.
yeah.
Now, some people
Mm.
might draw issue with that, but I'm pretty sure there's ways that you can make your own natural sealant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the
Mm-hmm.
copper water jugs.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
That's
Okay.
listen, man, run down, some of the things that you could do, or that that you have in your arsenal to go against some of these. You know what I'm saying? Because you see Shango, he running down his shit. Shout out to
oh
Shango.
yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah, you got some great stuff, brother Shango.
Yeah, we go build, man. We definitely go build.
and
Yep.
Absolutely.
crazy
Yeah.
because
So
that situation
Well, my
that happened over
idea,
there. Now look,
before
look.
real quick. Just my idea with the filters, right? Because you know, because there's a means to this, right? Now, the filters is the one product that I don't really have to put a Black Power stamp on, right? So, we're looking for investors to get these in the mall. We want to get those islands. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
put them in
yeah.
the
Yep.
malls where
Little kiosk.
the white folks will, maybe perhaps come along and buy one or two. So
Or you,
it's a means to the end in
Yeah.
terms of the
or
water
you, or you,
filters.
or you could or you could buy them off of black owned websites. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Y'all go to look. This shit ain't in the TikTok shop, or maybe it
Right,
is. I don't know. But y'all buy shit out the
Uh,
TikTok shop. You can buy something out the black people shop. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right,
right.
So
right.
that's the one thing that we trying to push too, is that Bite Dance ain't really looking out for you. You know what I'm saying? Bite
Right.
Dance is trying to go against YouTube. You know, so you got to
Right.
keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean. Some people gonna sell you stuff that may not do what that it says it does. But when you got brothers like this right here that can do live tests on the shit that they have and show you it's
Yep.
safe, I'm just saying, this ain't no infomercial, and I'm
No,
no salesman, but
right,
I do
Right.
try to help. Obviously, we do try to help people make right decisions. So,
most definitely.
Right.
you know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
you know,
Hmm.
So, brother Euphoria. Yep, your brother Euphoria. Tell me a little bit more, or tell the brothers a little bit more, brothers and sisters, a little bit more about the filtration situation that you're working with, and that, and like the bigger size and what it do, stuff like that for those
Okay.
that may not know.
Yeah, the filtration systems I deal with, we got a saying they outlive marriages. So
Okay.
once I put them in your home, you never have a water worry. Once I
Okay.
set up your home or business, you never have to buy plastic water again. And at any given time, you got the peace of mind and security to be able to bottle it up however you choose to do it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
So that's another
Right.
set of a business. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And not only the filtration system does it make the most superior drinking water on the planet, it also makes disinfectants.
Hmm. Okay.
Disinfectants you can mop your floor with, you can clean surgical equipment with. That's why they use this equipment I have, they use them in hospitals. So it's
Okay.
certified. Yeah, it's the gold
Right.
standard. I mean, it's top of the line. So
so
um
I got a
Okay.
question. What do you think
Yeah.
about that glacial water that they melting for quote unquote health purposes? Um, Now, one thing that I do like to point out, because I like to fact check the fact checkers, is that for several months now, probably over a year, they've been talking about how they've been finding all of these um we about to say a nasty word, microparasites,
Yeah.
in frozen in the ice.
Yeah.
Y'all
yeah.
heard about that?
Right.
Y'all seeing how
Oh,
they
absolutely, yeah.
and these microbes and these nasty
Yeah,
bugs
Yep.
and nasty things that been
yeah.
frozen in the ice over time, and they
Hmm.
accidentally, on purpose, allegedly, possibly thawed it out on purpose.
Maybe.
I don't know. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But
Right.
however
Right.
they came to thaw it out, let's say, okay, well look, we don't even got it. We don't have to allude to anything. They saying they thawing this shit out to drink it for health purposes.
But
So
that's
Yeah.
all right,
Right.
so is it
that's
possible that if that's truly what they doing, because it could be that could be fluff, right? Maybe they
but
not really melting glaciers. Maybe
but
they are.
see, this is what I'm
Well, look, let me just say this real quick.
Mhm.
But if I'm because I'm just trying to point out that if that's the case, right? Could they have inadvertently had sold some of this possible parasitic water? You know what
well
I'm
back.
saying? And how does the water that the brother creates stack up against these allegations of healthier water that's coming from glacial melt? Now, either one of y'all can
Well,
respond to
Oh,
let me ask you this, right?
okay.
Well, even when you put the even with all the parasites, will the pH level read pure or acidic?
You asking me or Calvin?
No, I'm just
that.
saying in general. I'm just
Oh
saying
no,
like
if it's parasites in there, it's going to read acidic.
that's right. So
Yeah.
what I mean is like, so wouldn't that be like false advertisement? Wouldn't that be like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Facts. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for example, they had to what's that the drink, the smoothie drink, and they was
Oh, you
telling
talking
us
about
that
naked?
naked it was
Yup.
healthy,
Yup.
and
Oh
remember the
man,
recall,
Yup.
and they had to dish out billions of dollars because of
Absolutely.
false
Yup.
advertisement.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So what I'm saying, brother Khalid, it would be a major PR move. You know
right?
what I'm saying? To dish out water that they're claiming to be one thing. You see what I'm saying? So this is
Hmm.
goes back to what I'm saying about approval of the FDA. Not to say that we trust these motherfuckers anyways, because these the same motherfuckers that say that 42 roach eggs in your chocolate is okay, but 43 is a shutdown. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Right. Right. Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
so right. So
Just
I'm
like
not I'm not
they renamed cricket powder and call it
right. So
some
I'm
other
not I'm
words
not
that
I'm
mean
not bringing
love.
them
Yeah.
up in terms of
Yeah.
credibility, but I'm saying that testing do goes with those corporations, right?
Right.
And I would rather have something that's
Sort of.
tested than to have something that I gotta guess. I mean, we done found gasoline in motherfucking bottles of water. They say they put water, a bottle of water, they left it in a motherfucking trunk for like maybe 3 weeks, and they found arsenic in the bitch. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So I'm saying like all of this is,
Yeah.
even to
Dasani
buy
got sued for tap water.
to buy bottled water is just a simple trust game. I gotta trust what you're telling me to be right and exact. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We don't have we got the pH meter where you dip it in, the stick. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And we did the same thing. We made the argument about rainwater. Like, how do you trust your food when a lot of your rainwater is coming down acidic through the pollution? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what
Yeah.
I'm
The
saying?
rainwater bad, man.
Come on, man. This is what I'm saying.
Rainwater globally have been declared unsafe to drink.
Unsafe.
And
Globally.
they telling people it's illegal to do that. And a
Yep.
lot of people, they get right in their bag and be like, here go these people telling me what to do again. And
What?
it's like when you step back and think about it, like, all right, a lot of
Hmm.
people say they spray stuff in the air, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Chemtrails.
So all
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
like certain administrations admitted to doing it, and
Right.
Hmm.
apologize for it,
So what?
people you voted for, people that you considered was black, and all that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother
And what
story.
I'm saying,
But
when I
but
argue with y'all vegans, that's one of the things I bring up. Is how do you eating healthy when your crops is grown in either acidic water, tap water? Because you know what I'm saying, a lot of us
Yeah.
just turn on the tap when we growing our produce. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
The agriculture.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For real.
so
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that's why regular detoxing and
Yeah.
attempting to get these parasites out of your body because You know,
Yes.
a lot
Well,
of people don't understand
it's just question
what
what is safe. What is sweat? It just questions what is safe. What does safe means?
what is safe is regularly detoxing and trying to
Yep.
curb those parasites in your body because a lot
Yeah,
of people
Yes.
normalize things and they think that things is cool when that's not really normal. You know what I'm saying? And when you
Right.
get to new normal, you be like, damn, I thought that shit was normal. So
Mhm.
Right.
that everybody has to have that clarification, and the only way that you can have that clarification is by regularly detoxing. You know,
Yes.
however you can fathom that, however you can get to that,
Mhm.
but make sure that you get them toxins out. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Yep. Eliminate the parasites.
right. But
Look,
Absolutely.
That's the most
yeah, we
important.
can get into what that means because we on some Kendrick shit
In our
right now.
next segment.
We on some
Yeah. In
Kendrick
our
shit right
next
now. But if you need a break,
later.
we
Yeah.
can do a breakdown
yo,
on this,
you
but we
you
gotta
know
take the gloves off. You know what I
you
mean?
know
Gloves off means getting off of YouTube. So so
when we
so when we go in on this, y'all gotta come over to where we want them to go, yo.
So go to Twitter. You can catch us on Twitter. Uh, we got Edward Fishel, Edward underslash Fishel, on there. And we
yeah
also got what you got your Twitter on that thing?
Oh,
'Cause we
Red Pill.
live right now.
We
hmm
on Rumble too. You know what I'm saying? Red Pill Rescue.
Right.
All my saying. You know,
hmm
Right.
I
For
got the
sure.
got the blessing from Sophia Stewart, so we not on no misogynistic shit.
Uh-oh.
We on
Right.
the truth, knowledge, and wisdom path. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, peace to
That's
sister
right.
is.
Path of the one. You know what I'm saying? So I got the blessing from the woman who wrote the Matrix and who wrote
Yep.
the
And the
you know
Terminator.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
So
Terminator.
For
yeah,
sure.
so out to
Shout
her.
out
Oh
to
yeah.
her. Yeah. Most definitely.
The mother of the
Yep.
Matrix.
Yeah, I got my
Yes.
got my colleagues meeting up with her. Look, I ain't had no money to go.
Oh,
They,
she
Yeah.
they
just
wanted
Right.
me to come, but I'm like, look, I ain't.
oh
Yeah.
I ain't
somebody
got
going
it
to
like
Vegas.
I don't get cash app money and all that shit. We do this on the strength. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody going to
Right.
Yeah.
Vegas to go see her.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? But networking, man. That's what we do,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yep.
the power of
Hey,
network.
see, do you know if she's coming out with another movie
Um,
or writing a book or something that's going to lead to a movie?
Yeah.
and
Well,
look,
I
I
think
can't.
that
I
sister.
can't tell what people be doing because people be having lawyers and all that. So that lady
Yeah.
move. I mean, let me say this: she move in a strategic way. So
Yeah.
you know
And
what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
I'm gonna say that if any,
I ain't got no tea on her. You know what I'm saying?
if 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 if
Yeah.
if if, if any book she write, if any movie that she produce, it'd be us that help her produce it. Cause you know what I'm saying, like she took these
She
people to
ain't fucking
court.
with them.
She
Yeah.
took them to
She
court.
ain't fucking with them.
Like
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, yeah. So like in regards to Miss Man, anything she do, it got to be funded by us. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah.
Because
For sure.
she took the heads of the department, like the
Yeah.
heads. You grew up on they movies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Right.
she took them to court. So
Mm-hmm.
if
hmm
anything she do, it's gonna be supported by us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. Right. For sure.
But
Yeah.
definitely because like
So we
we
working on
always
it.
say, but definitely because we always say that we don't have no Harriet Tubmans or no modern day Otter B. Wells, and I definitely give it up to that sister for her fight. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Right.
Absolutely.
You know
Look,
what I mean?
look, man. She fought back them brothers, and they look. They turned into the
They
women.
turn sisters.
Well,
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I
Yep.
They the
mean,
they the they the Wachowski sisters now.
yeah, but
Wow.
Yep.
you on some real shit, man. When you got a $12 million budget, you know what I'm saying? Like that choice is easy to make. You know what I'm saying? If you got something, you stand to lose. Like sister lost
Right.
everything in her battle. To regain was hers, and it's almost as if you saying like,
Yep.
"Who's coming with me?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Stevie Harvey
I'm with
said,
her.
you know, I know you is, but you know what I mean. That's just not the reality for everybody that we
Right.
expect. You know what I'm saying, to run to
Mhm.
run. If you got some interest in this, you know, you thinking about your interests. You know, you
Well,
thinking about, you
it
know,
does, you know, this
Mhm.
industry, no matter if it's the music industry, any forms of entertainment, anything that enters and taints or taints the mind, the mental state. You know,
Mhm.
entertainment, you know, that's ran by the government. You know, when you put a governor or govern something and you control it, the mind, the mental state. You know, so you know that's we're not surprised when we see that. You know, when people do shit like this, they really think that you know when people come up with ideas, right? And
Yeah.
Hmm.
concepts and things, whatever they think that's dope, they think they can just take it from you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
the,
Yeah.
So no
Yep.
matter if we talking about,
Mhm.
you know, what happened with, you know, with Miss Stewart,
yeah.
or we talking about what's
Yep.
happening with the brother in Buffalo, or anybody else who try to do
And
something
Alex Haley.
yeah, that and then
Yeah.
somebody come along, some juggernaut or oligarch come up and say, you know what, they like a school bully. I'm taking that shit.
What?
You
I
know what
mean,
I'm
Yep.
saying?
I mean, ain't that what slavery is? I mean, a slave don't own anything.
Well, you know, that's what
Yeah.
capitalism is. You know, that's the dark side of capitalism. I'm not saying that all capitalism is wrong, but you know, when you to capitalize on something is to literally stand on its head.
Yeah.
That's what it means when you break it down. To capitalize. That means to stand on somebody's head. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
know, whenever that jack move is sufficient for them, emphasis on jack, right? Pun intended. You know what I mean?
Right.
But whenever that jack move is sufficient for them, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do
Mhm.
it. They call it capitalism. Hey, look,
Yeah.
big bank take little bank, right?
Yeah.
You know, like
Right.
here in Philadelphia,
Used to be.
Fulton Bank,
Not in the
Fulton
black
Bank
neighborhood no
now,
more.
no Republic Bank is now Fulton Bank. They literally the FDIC just went in and took the bank over in one day and just set up shop, same accounts, everything, and just gave it to Fulton. Fulton, and look in the shadows, Fulton agreed to buy the bank. We'll buy it, right? Who gonna buy this bank? It's over
Yeah.
for Fulton. It's
Yeah.
over for Republic. Who wanna buy this bank?
Yeah. You guys are no
Fulton said,
longer.
"I'll
Yeah.
buy it."
You guys are no
Right?
longer.
The FDIC run up on Republic, shut the shit down. Y'all done, right?
Yeah.
Don't change nothing. New heads come in.
Yeah.
Boom. Light look, light was off for like what 15 minutes. Light back on. Boom. Same people, same everything.
That's a
Just
Fed move.
right. Jack
Yep.
move.
Yep.
Yeah, but
You
Yeah.
know
what
what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying is
Like when you
the
get hijacked, the car jacked,
right,
right?
Yeah.
Jack
right.
move. You know
The
what I'm saying?
Feds,
A
Hmm.
Jacob move.
you know, the Federal Reserve is different from the United States or
Yeah.
the
Yep.
U.S., so to speak. Like we borrow money
Mhm.
from the Feds, right? So
Yeah.
if that was the case, you know, it was a federal move, meaning like it wasn't the government per se that had hands in that. You know what I'm saying? Like if they getting
Mhm.
promissory notes from the
What is a
federal,
fedora?
a what?
Whoa.
Ain't that a hat?
Bro, yeah,
What?
these are hot
What?
lines coming out. They making the bandwidth shake.
That's yeah, that's a hat, right?
Wow.
Fedora.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who wears fedoras?
Mhm.
And what do fedoras represent?
I can't really see it though. I know it's a hat though. What is that? The brim joint going all
Yeah, the
around?
fedora, yeah. You know,
Yeah.
What? The
like,
fedora?
all right,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. With the feather.
here's a
With the
clue.
Oh,
feather.
okay.
Dude from
Like,
Rain
yeah.
Reddington wears a fedora.
What?
Who?
They said, remember, do you know that show Blacklist?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. Mhm.
The show
I remember
Blacklist,
you talked about.
and they said Raymond Reddington, right?
Yeah.
Right? 18, right?
Yep.
18 and 18, which is 36. But that's a whole nother can of worms. But Raymond Reddington, right? Who wears a
Yeah.
fedora, works for the feds.
Yeah.
That's what the show was about. He's working with the feds. And he wears a fedora, you know, the black fedora. You know how they talk about the black hats, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
you ever see those videos out there that got the white hats logo on
Right.
it, right?
Right.
Right.
So it's the white hats and the black hats,
Right. Like Malcolm X back
and
in the day.
and gray hats.
Right. It's like a zoo
Mhm.
suit fedora.
But fedora,
Mhm.
that federal fedora,
Oh, okay. I
that
see.
that means something. You know what I'm saying? That's something to
Yeah.
investigate. That's homework for the populace out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
But listen, man, look, we
Mhm.
dropping some bombs. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We could go either way with this. You know what I mean? It's a lot of hot topics out there.
Mhm.
I don't
Right.
know
Would you?
what y'all
Would
want
you?
to throw. Y'all want to throw paint at the wall, or
Yeah. Would you ever drink water from a cactus?
that's a good question.
Or
Mhm.
have you ever drunk water from a cactus? What's the pH
Sometimes
level?
cactus. Now look, I'm glad you said that
Uh,
because I seen cactuses with the white fluid in there. Is that
yeah.
water?
Nah, well, it's not. It's funny when you say that because the myth is like cactus hold water, but it's not really like that though. It's like like when you break it
It's not
open, it's
clear
all
water. Yeah.
yeah, it's almost like what's that viola or some shit.
Oil.
Yeah, it kind of breaks up like that, but it can be squeezed. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Compressed,
Because
and you
I
can
see
squeeze.
white. Because I'm like, I mean, people say it's water in the cactus, and I'm
Yeah,
like, yo,
yeah. Well,
like
that's
white
what I'm saying.
feel like watery milk.
Some.
It is, but it's not like a canteen where you open it up and it
Now,
just
all right, now,
pours out.
now, in fairness, there's a lot of different type of cactus out there.
Yes.
So I can't say
Exactly.
that my
Yep.
interaction with one type of cactus is universal. A lot of people do that. That ain't true
Right,
because
right,
and it's
Right.
like your
Yep.
interaction don't make up a percentage.
right,
It's
right,
it's
right.
0.1%.
Yeah.
That's when people be saying
Right.
that, and it's just so we don't do that here. So
Right.
so in fairness, my interaction with the cactus is not universal. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Mhm.
I don't know what
Right.
somebody might say. No, it's I'm telling you, bro. I drink cactus water all the time. I don't know.
Nah,
I
Mhm.
don't know what
nah,
kind
but
of
we
cactus.
talking about like the hypothetical thing, like what you see in the movies and the motherfuckers in the desert, you know,
Yeah.
and they have to, the whole illusion type of thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Because look, man, to be honest with you, what fucking situation where would you be in to have to drink water from a cactus? Like it's really
Yeah.
some movie shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
but given the reality of it, you know what I'm saying, it's not feasible to how they give it to us. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
like it's just one of those things that get debunked in terms of what's real and what's fake. The reality is if you're walking in the desert and you see a cactus, it's not going to be too much good for you unless you got some type of machine compressor to compress the water. And even then, the waters may not be enough for you to
Uh-huh.
survive off. For the
Mhm.
you're not going to get gallons and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm just
That's
Yeah.
speaking to Khaled's perspective in terms of that situation. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I
Like,
mean, yeah,
yeah.
because I can't speak for all the cactuses, man.
Well, if you in Saudi
You know.
Arabia or something like that, what they
Mhm.
give you, the man dropped into the desert, that's usually the type of visual they give us.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, I mean, you could get a motherfucking cactus and grow that shit in your house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
You know,
like when it comes to blanket statements, this is like Wakanda. We don't do that here. You know what I'm
no, it
Yeah.
saying?
ain't. It
We
ain't
Uh-huh.
a
got to.
blank statement. Not at
Yeah,
all.
we don't make blanket statements. You know what I mean?
No,
So
a blank
I, that
statement.
that
A blank.
that
A blank.
don't not a blanket statement. When
Yeah,
you when
but
you
a
weave
blank.
when
Yeah.
you weave up a blanket to throw over a whole
Yeah,
bunch of
right, right.
people. Yeah, no, we don't
But
throw the wool.
statements.
We don't
Those
throw the
statements.
wool over people. You know what I'm
Those
saying? So
statements. Those
Mhm.
statements usually doesn't have a reference. You can't paint a picture with a blank statement. And what I'm saying
Mhm.
is the picture that
oh
we've been
yeah, okay,
given,
yeah, I like your angle on that. Okay,
yeah, the picture that we've been given about cactuses is what I'm giving you in terms of being dropped into a desert and seeing a mirage, You know what I'm saying? And thinking that you can cut this motherfucker open. It's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I'm not saying like, they could be it could be Las Vegas desert, it could be, Egyptian desert. You know what I'm saying? Irregardless, the cactus that they put in there
Mm-hmm.
in place to get us to think that it has abundance of water is not the cactus that
Yeah.
we think it is.
Like one thing I like to do is I like to feed cold
Hmm.
peanut butter to the peanut gallery. You know what I'm saying? So they can't drink. You know what I'm saying? So when we got them with the mushy mouth, they can't say shit. So because right now somebody like they're scouring the internet and they like, I'll show you a video right now of somebody drinking cactus water, nigga, you wrong.
Nah, they gonna have to show it
You
though.
know what
They
I'm
gonna have to
saying?
show and prove.
Because people is naturally argumentative like that. That's why
Oh
people
yeah,
like
they gonna have to
the
show and
debates
prove though.
and battles and competitions and shit. They
Right.
can't just, like I was talking with this sister from UK. When we say building, they say reasoning. They can't
Yeah,
reason with each other.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's got to be a competition. You know what
But
I mean? No,
but you
I'm
know,
telling you,
but
man.
you
Look,
know,
look. This is me. This is the antagonist. I'm telling you, man. You don't know what you're talking about, man. There's niggas out there that drink cactus water every day, man. You tripping, man. You bugging.
you know.
There's
What you need
somebody
to
right
know.
now, somebody listening to what you said right now is saying that. So
I, well, I would tell it.
that's why we try to
I,
feed them. We try to feed them peanut
and
butter.
my
So they
rebuttal.
so they
Oh
can't say oh, you said that. Listen, in
yeah, yeah.
fairness, I can't speak for all the cactuses.
And my
You know what I'm
rebuttal.
saying?
My
You
my
if you
rebuttal.
know it, look. This is us speaking to those people.
Right.
If you know somebody that got a cactus out there that or know what type of cactus out there to drink, then pull up or write it or whatever, because we ain't here to say that this ain't that or this or whatever. Or if you know that and we don't, then whatever.
Listen,
Let's build to add on a reason.
listen.
So
Right.
but we got to give those kind
I,
of disclaimers because people
I,
just
Mm-hmm.
set and just arguing.
well, listen. I will
Yeah.
be on my Kanye West. You don't have the answers, Sway. You
Okay.
don't have the answers, Sway.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have the answers, Sway. You know what I'm
And now
saying?
when you
Because
dealing with
because
now,
listen, hold up, hold
I
up,
can
hold up.
attest. Now look, I'm agreeing with you
Yeah,
because when you step into that level of mastery, just like how we were talking before the show,
right.
right? It's like it's like all right, perfect example. If I got a blockage issue in my pipes and shit, and I call a plumber, right? And I'll call the plumber over to pull up and plumb some shit, and I'm like, yo, look, my motherfucking pipes is fucked up right here, right? and
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
the plumber come in and he start doing his thing, right? And I'm over his shoulder like, nah, that ain't how you do it, man.
That's right.
And he like, chill, I got this. You know what I mean? Nah, man, cause I seen it on the nigga on MacGyver, man. He did the shit. Nah, man, my uncle, brother, cousin, sister. I seen it one time. Not that ain't how you do it, man. And then it's
Mm-hmm.
like, the plumber is like, listen, man, I've been doing this for like 15 years, bro. Chill. Nah, man,
That's right.
nah, nah. I'm telling you, man. How many sinks have you changed, bro? None. But I'm saying, so even in the face of the truth, people still be because of their feelings. They be in their feelings.
Yeah,
So they
Yeah.
but
try to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
that's it, Khalid. Like, it's logic over emotions. And my thing is this is, a master doesn't speak on things he don't
Right.
know about. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm.
I'm not in the position to speak on the things that I don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but I do know what I know. You know what I'm saying? And I know for sure that in this game of life, either you are an apprentice, you an expert, or you a master. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So, generally don't spend masters don't spend a long time
Hmm.
arguing with, you know, apprentice or
Apprentices or
speculators.
journeyman.
You know
What's
what I'm
that
Journeyman.
saying?
saying?
Yeah.
They say a
So
bee
so
doesn't explain to a fly why it's better to eat honey
right,
than shit.
right, right.
You
Listen,
know
man.
what I mean?
Listen. You know,
I
Mm-hmm.
might have said it wrong, but y'all get
my
the
my
point.
elder my elder told me this, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
truth only has one conversation. If you
Yeah.
speaking about truth, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only the
look,
Yep.
lies you can go back and forth with.
the truth is undefeated, and
Yeah.
the truth doesn't need to be
Yeah.
validated by ignorance.
But the truth
Mm-hmm.
is the
You know what I'm
foundation.
saying?
The truth is the
Yeah.
foundation of the lies.
You know, because look, when you in
Right.
your feelings,
Right.
when you in your feelings, you just like my
It's
man
emotional.
Pope right here. Look, wrong way, wrong. My man Pope say you Ray Charles to the facts. You know,
Yeah.
remember Ray Charles
Right.
he
Blinded.
had to he had to feel your wrist. He
That's
had to
right.
Yep.
feel the
Yep.
girl wrist. There's
Yep.
plenty of it's plenty of ducks out there with nice wrists. You know that
Hmm.
might
Mm-hmm.
that's Philly lingo right there, but somebody break that down. There's plenty of ducks out there with nice wrists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The context says it all. You know that's the hint. But
Mm-hmm.
but it's plenty of ducks out there with nice wrists. So
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
if you in your feelings, right? You may be Ray Charles to the facts. So it's men out there with a wrist like a woman. And you may be Ray Charles to
Hmm.
the facts that this ain't no woman, bro. And you feeling you in your feelings and you feeling this wrist and you like, oh, I'm Ray Charles to the facts.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to open your eyes and see the truth. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know, some of our people is like this, man. You know, they say that some of our people are well packaged. You know, they like beautiful gifts at Christmas time. You know, they got the suits, they got the paraphernalia, they looking good. But when you open up the package, it's nothing inside.
Man, we
Yeah.
giving out
Like
bars. We
y'all
giving
folks
out
look.
bars tonight.
Yeah.
Look, what y'all want to talk about this battle shit? You know, because
Hey, let's cut off the tube, man, because
all right,
I feel
look, all right,
that
Pope is spoken. So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, look, we about to cut off of YouTube real quick. You know what I'm saying? So if you're watching on YouTube, you got to come over to Rumble or
right,
X.
Twitter,
You know,
right,
whatever we call that shit. You know, well, shit, we
right,
on. Shout out to D Live. We on D Live. We on
yeah,
motherfucking.
for sure,
Uh, we on Twitch. We on Twitch. Yeah. So yeah,
right,
yeah,
right, right,
we so let me edit this stream real quick.
right.
So so we can
So
take the
then
gloves off.
that
You know what I'm saying? So
right,
you know
yeah, that
we
way
going
we can
yeah we gonna sign off on
right.
YouTube. So you know you look y'all know to wrap up.